hackers to boost up in rankings will be punished as well. Some players have teamed with the hackers many times to rank up. For such players, their rank will be reset to bronze. They may also receive other punishments, such as not being able to join others' teams or getting banned from the ranked matches for a short time. This is an unprecedented anti-hack operation. We are inviting all of you to act as supervisors for this operation. In addition to the old ways of reporting hackers, we also added new methods to report. For example, you can now report a hacker through match history. We do not tolerate hackers. If you see any suspicious activity, please report it. We're also introducing new features for players to better distinguish hackers. Let's fight and keep a fair gaming environment together. Now let's move.
गरिएको छ भने यहाँ ग्रेनेड लन्चरको साथमा रोहनको साथमा एउटा क्लच देख्न सक्छौं एकदम उडेर आइसकेको छ ओहो अहिलेको लागि राम्रो हान्न माइन्ड हुन दिन सक्छौं यहाँ लन्चर हान्न सक्छ भन्ने कुरा अहिलेको लागि चाहिँ जोइ भए एकदम राम्रो 1v1 साइडको युजमा एकजना देखेर अझै पनि आफूलाई सर्भाइभल बनाउन खोज्दै अनि यहाँ एउटा सर्चहरु इन्गेज गरिने छ नभएको हामी देख्ने छौं ब्याकले पनि रज गर्ने त मौका छोडिने वाला छैन ब्याकको त्यहाँ सर्च नसर सर्च आउँछ बट त्यहाँ उही ब्रोडको तर्फबाट रोटेसनको एरियामा नक भएको हामी देख्न सक्छौं ग्रेनेड लन्चर त्यहाँ जानेछ एन्ड कनेक्सन त्यति भएको छैन एन्ड के आर नाउ अन ट्रबल धेरै लन्चर चलाएको देख्न सक्छौं रकेटलाई लन्चर देख्न सक्छौं दुई जना पके पनि नकडाउन हुन्छ लागेको थियो तर यहाँ एकजना नक यहाँ चाहिँ देख्न सक्छौं केआरटी को प्लेयर चाहिँ फेरि आइसकेको छ आफ्नो रिभेन्ज लिनको लागि चाहिँ यता आइसकेको देख्न सक्छौं बट यहाँ अलिकति गाह्रो पर्छ किनभने ब्याक पनि पके पनि गर्दिनु वाला छ त्यसैलाई पके पनि यहाँ किल पनि उठाइदिनु वाला नै छ अगाडि रन पके पनि गर्ने वाला के छन् र कोहीजनाले आफ्नो किल उठाएर टेबल पनि छ अनि त्यो हिसाबले यदि अझै गेमले अगाडि बढाउने छ भने एटलिस्ट एउटा राम्रो मुभमेन्ट गर्ने मौका छोडिने वाला छैन अनि यहाँबाट ब्याक टु ब्याक हाई भोल्टेज स्विप आउट पॉइन्ट के छ अनि यहाँ नोबेको एकैजनाको हातबाट एउटा गोल्डन न्याड गर्ने जुन स्विप आउट डाउन गर्ने छ बट रियुनाइट त्यहाँ ब्याक आउँछ अनि त्यहाँ सर्च आउँछ साइडको सर्च कन्ट्रोल So let's see the connection outside the connection here but base by but around the is the way position by the Pitex is eliminate got some full light is driving around the it's a very oh my god I think launcher mistake him battle into the mistake move भएको छ के र किल कन्फर्म गर्छन् अहिलेको लागि युनिसको तर्फबाट आई गेस लन्चरको एउटा T2K युनिसको तर्फबाट फेरि पनि एउटा नक आइसकेको छ स्टार्टले फिनिश अफ गर्छ TPS रोहनको लागि भने ओ माय गॉड जस्ट लुक एट दिस प्लेयर हाउ ही इज प्लेइङ म्यान जस्ट अनबिलिभेबल जस्ट दुई जना फेरि पनि लकडाउन गरिसकेको छन् T2K युनिसको तर्फबाट पनि लास्ट राउन्डमा परिणत ओके आई थिंक 1v4 निकाल्न सक्छन् सक्दैनन् सो हामी हेर्ने वाला छौं T2K युनिस लेट्स सी यो प्लेयर
Hello and namaste survivors. हजुरहरु सबैलाई फ्री फायर नेपाल च्याम्पियनशिप 2022 मा स्वागत छ। यो हाम्रो पहिलो ठुलो पाइला नेपाल ई-स्पोर्ट्स को तर्फ रहेको छ। अब हामी कुरा गर्ने छौं फ्री फायर नेपाल च्याम्पियनशिप 2022 को फर्मेट तर्फ। यो टुर्नामेन्ट 4 चरणमा विभाजित गराइएको छ जुन 2 महिनासम्म हुनेछ। ओपन क्वालिफायर्स, लिग स्टेज, प्ले-इन्स, ग्रान्ड फाइनल्स। ओपन क्वालिफायर्स 4 वटा राउन्डमा विभाजित गराइएको छ। पहिलो राउन्डमा टिमहरू 12 ग्रुप्समा विभाजित गरिएको छ। हरेक ग्रुपलाई एउटा म्याच मात्रै खेलाइनेछ र हरेक ग्रुपको सबैभन्दा धेरै पोइन्ट्स लिएर आउने एउटा टिम मात्रै अर्को राउन्ड जानेछ। दोस्रो राउन्डमा पहिलो राउन्डमा जस्तै फर्मेट हुनेछ, तर यसपालि भने 2 वटा म्याच खेलाइनेछ जसबाट टप 2 टिम्स जसले धेरै पोइन्ट्स लिएर आउने टिम्सहरू अर्को राउन्डमा जानेछ। तेस्रो राउन्डमा टिम्सहरूलाई 2 वटा ग्रुपमा विभाजित गरिनेछ। यसमा भने हरेक टिम्सहरूले 6 वटा म्याचेस खेल्नेछ। टप 6 टिम्सहरू जसले धेरै पोइन्ट्स लिएर आएको टिम्सहरू ओपन क्वालिफायर्सको अन्तिम राउन्डतर्फ जानेछ। चौथो राउन्डमा 12 टिम्सहरू एकअर्कामा युद्ध गर्नेछ जहाँ 6 वटा म्याच खेलाइनेछ र त्यसबाट थाहा हुनेछ कि कुन टिमले लिग स्टेजमा कुन ठाउँ लिनेछ भनेर। ओपन क्वालिफायर्सबाट आएको 12 टिम्सहरू जसले अब लिग स्टेजमा फ्री फायर नेपाल इन्भिटेसनल 2022 को टप 6 टिम्सहरूसँग भिड्नेछ र यो टिम्सहरूलाई 3 वटा ग्रुप्समा उहाँहरूको र्याङ्किङ अनुसारले विभाजित गराइनेछ। यो 3 ग्रुप्समा विभाजित गराइएको टिम्सहरू 2 हप्ताभित्र जहाँ 6 दिनको लागि एकअर्कामा भिड्नेछ। कुल मिलाएर 6 टिम्सहरू मात्रै ग्रान्ड फाइनल्सलाई जानेछ। बाँकी रहेको 12 टिम्सहरू प्ले-इन्सको तर्फ लाग्नेछ। यी 12 टिम्सहरूले 8 म्याचेस
Fight me!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Free Fire Nepal Championship. My name is Ranjit Mamba Senior Patel. Alongside me is my wonderful co-caster and a very dear friend of mine. His name is none other than Mridul. Mridul, I hope you're doing well. Really excited for the Grand Finals today because, of course, we're going to have a lot of action. And these teams, these top 12 teams, by the way, are the best of the bunch, right? Because we had open quarterfinals. We had more than 5,000 teams go at it, make it to the group stage. 18 teams battled it out in the group stage. The top 6 directly made it to the Grand Finals. The bottom 12 played in the plains, and now the top 6 teams from the plains again have made it to the Grand Finals, and hence we have 12 teams which are going to go against each other for a lion's share of the prize pool of 10 lakh Nepali rupiah.
Well, yes, exactly, Mamba. Thank you so much for the warm welcome as we begin with the Grand Finals of Free Fire Nepal Championship. And today is the day we will have the champions of one of the first tournaments of the Nepal region. Really excited, and let's see who is going to be the winner. Well, for sure, the first 4 maps, as we know, are going to be Bermuda, Purgatory, Kalahari, and Alpine. This map was introduced. I want to talk about Alpine for sure because this map got introduced with the Nepal region, and then again with 8 maps in a single day, you have only just 1 day to prove yourselves and to prove why you are to be the next champions. Well, we know who is going to be the champion because some or the other way, the support is for that team. But again, if a different thing pops up, if a different name pops up, then it's going to be a one heck of a journey. Again, as you just explained the tournament format, it was open qualifiers which started which held from 9th to 15th of June. Then we had the league stages from 1 to the 10th of July. 16 straightforward qualified to the Grand Finals, and then we had the plains on 15th of July where we got our last 6 teams. And today on the 17th of July, we have all the 12 teams playing for the championship.
Oh, absolutely. All these teams will play for the championship, no doubt about that. But it's not just that. It's not just the money. It's also the bragging rights and being called the best team in your region, right? The bragging rights always gets me personally. Sure, you could play for all the money in the world, but none of that money will be able to buy those rights, those bragging rights, to be precise. Correct. And we'll talk about the prize pool as well over here. The champion walks away with 500,000 NPR. The first runner-up, that is the second position, walks away with 200,000, and the third person, the third team, as a matter of fact, the second runner-up walks away with 100,000. But the fact that you made it over here practically guarantees you 10,000 NPR.
Indeed, because if you have made it to the Grand Finals, you have that X factor. You represent your region, and when in your region you have performed your best, and now you're just one step away, or I can say just one step closer to the Grand Finals. What can just leave you behind? You will have your 10,000 NPR in your hands. And yes, this was the tournament schedule somehow where we started from 1st of July. On the start of the month, we witnessed the opening show for Free Fire Nepal Championship. And when we have finished half of the month, we are now exiting with this tournament. We are now to the end of this tournament. Grand Finals of the Free Fire Nepal Championship. Let's take a look over to the point system for this championship, whereas the team at the first position in each and every match will be getting 12 points for their placement. Second position, 9 points. Third position will be getting a total of 8 points for their placement. Fourth, 7, then 1 point dropping down till the very 10th position, plus 1 for the 10th position, and 11th and 12th position will be having no placement point. And as we know, 1 kill is equals to 1 point. Mamba, hereas the point system remains same. But then again, when the resurrection point came into play, it became pretty much aggressive. We saw some aggressive plays, and then Plains was filled with the aggression.
Oh, absolutely. That's why you see teams walk away with 25, and 30 points sometimes because of the way they've been playing. The sort of aggression that they show. Imagine you get a booyah and you walk away with 20 kills. That's 32 points. Because 12 placement points, 20 kill points. But we'll talk about the teams playing today as well. Of course, some of the teams stand out a little more than the others. Of course, we talked about predictions as well. Most of my colleagues, most of the casters either chose Rebros or High Voltage. I think there was one Moonlight Esports somewhere over there. But I YOLO'd it a bit and I said BitX. And there's a reason why. Because, we talked about KMBH. It's an old team. but the experience is still there, and I just wanted to change things up a bit. I didn't want to make it that boring, the prediction. So I'm rooting for Bitex today because that's the team I've chosen to stand out. But of course, we all know Bros, High Voltage, Train to Kill. These teams will not shy away from playing the way they've been playing.
Indeed, we have also seen High Voltage play as Tonde Gamers, and then you have Anam Lama Esports also as one of the old teams. So again, these are going to be the names who have been famous in the Nepali region previously when the region was also not introduced. They have been the Nepali teams who have been consistently performing in the other regions. But again, when they have got their region, this is their chance to be the champions. This is their chance to be the first of the champions of their region. When you talk about the game schedule, the first game is going to be Bermuda, then you go to see Kalahari, then Purgatory as the game number 3, and then you have Alpine as the map number 4. Same series will be repeating for the rest of the day, the half of the day that Tanya and Insane Arena will be casting. That will be Bermuda, Kalahari, Purgatory, and Alpine as game 5, 6, and 7, 8 by their side.
Oh, absolutely, no doubt. But look, I'm really excited for Alpine, especially because it's a new map, the circuit. Nepal is the first region to have 8 games instead of the standard 6 that we've seen in the past 2 years and a half that we've seen the competitive circuit be in this region. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this sort of creates an impact and creates a difference between how things were before and how things are right now. Because I still remember we used to mention teams were not able to get 100 points every single day. But now you see teams get 120 points, 100 points at least for the top teams in a single day. But there's also a reason why this happens, right? You get 2 extra opportunities to go out there and fight, and that is on Alpine, which again, the way the circuit pans out is you have 4 maps which get repeated against once. So you have 2 cycles of 4 maps each, which results in 8 games in a day.
And yes, exactly. We have seen Bermuda, Purgatory, Kalahari being single-handedly dominated by some teams. But then again, it's Kalahari, which, it's Alpine, which has not, till now, been single-handedly dominated by some teams. Talking about our caster predictions, yes, most of the casters will be sticking in with V-Bros. But then you have some names sticking in for High Voltage, as Bishu MGR and Samdi goes for High Voltage. Sameep is going for Moonlight Esports, as you stated. And then you're going for Bitex. And we also have OG choosing for High Voltage.
Oh, absolutely. I'm the only one who stood out over there, the odd one out. But hopefully it's not too embarrassing for me because I do understand that my prediction isn't the strongest, right? I do understand that. But regardless, talking about Bros versus Anam Lama Esports, 576 points versus 545 kills. 20, not even 20, as a matter of fact, 16 kill difference. Headshots, again, 26 different. Damage, though, on the other hand, is low for High Voltage, if you've noticed.
Yeah, but Indian, if you talk about High Voltage, Poison, and Drago GRG, as the player focus, it was first and second position where we had V-Bros and Anam Lama Esports. But now, if you talk about these positions, 106 kills in league stages. So again, Poison is going to be that person, that player who is going to be in the limelight and the main focus if he is going to be the MVP for the Grand Finals too. But again, all the teams are all set as we are going to start with the first map. And Mamba, according to you, who is going to be the MVP? Because right now I have my eyes on Poison and Supreme from V-Bros. But then again, as you stood out with Bitex, I hope so you are also standing out in the MVP part.
Oh, I guess it's only something that time will tell us. Look at, so
okay.
Yeah, from Zuki Esports, of course, praying, which is wonderful. It's great to see, people embracing their culture and just going at it, right? Because it means a lot to all of these players, and you want to go in with the best possible mindset. And it's actually kind of cute, right? Like the player from Zuki Esports making sure that his device gets blessed. Honestly, it melts my heart.
Yes, for sure. Indeed. And when with the blessings, we start with the Grand Finals of the Free Fire Nepal Championship. Yes, this is the day number 8, the day where all the things will come to an end, where you will have the champions of the Free Fire Nepal Championship. The game number 1 of Bermuda starts where the plane path goes from Riverside towards the Rimnam village. All teams going towards their usual drops. M&E going towards the shipyard. Whereas some teams are now not there in the tournament. We are missing 6 teams. But again, now we are looking towards the drop clashes. Are some teams still going to opt out for that? Because we saw like 3 to 4 teams going in the blue tier loop and then the aggression coming into the play. But then the consistent gameplay will always work out throughout the 8 games if you want to stand out as the champions.
Oh, absolutely. But for now, look at Lone Wolves. They're going so far away. They don't want to pick these fights early on. It's a grand finals, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of excitement, but of course, a lot of nerves as well walking into the first game. And all these teams will try their best so that they get a good start. Yeah. But regardless, high voltage around Clock Tower. The iconic Clock Tower, by the way. This is a place which has seen a lot of deaths, a lot of victories, a lot of bloodshed. But at the same time, this is one of those places which carries a lot of passion as well for all these players, because this is where you go if you want to go get a hot drop and establish your dominion.
Indeed, you get your hot drop, you get your places correct, and then you have high voltage as one of the teams who can engage in this close range fight. And Liure goes for the first frag of the grand finals. He will get that kill of Anam Lama Esports. Dikshan, the man in the battle of the kill leaders, already gets taken down. So yes, high voltage now have an advantage. They have picked up one of the most important players, as now they're already looking to get Anam Lama Esports eliminated, changing their positions. One player also is pretty upfront and is pretty close to Team High Voltage, whereas Sahil was present on the vending machine. He was having those revival points, and that's how he will get Dikshant back into the game. Dikshant somehow has to loot again and be present for the next fight.
Oh, absolutely. But high voltage for now are looking pretty okay. T2K in the meantime finding a kill for themselves, and they will be very happy with that. But I have to ask you, right, Mridul, you've seen a couple of hot drops. You've seen all these teams play over the course of this tournament, and
yeah,
high voltage, while they are looking like a very strong team, do you believe that compared to Webros, right? Because Webros have shined really, really hard.
Yeah.
Do you believe high voltage lacks something compared to Webros? But in the meantime, Liore is going to find a pick for himself with the M1887.
Indeed, and when they are now picking up those aggressive fights, Mamba, I think so, where high voltage didn't have the chance to perform on the last day of the league stages because their group was also not present there, right? And then Anam Lama Esports and Vibros got the chance to stood out with their gameplay, get some more points, and top the table or be on the table before them, correct? And whereas they got their points, they had 499 points, and then they had to just remain there with that position. Again, then came the chance for Anam Lama Esports to come again. And now when Anam Lama Esports have to prove themselves against high voltage, they're somewhat lacking. 2 kills once again picked out by high voltage, and whereas they're up there like right now performing themselves, they're right now proving themselves that they are one of the best in this region, and they have picked up this aggressive fight, this initial fight in the first match of the day. Well, that requires a lot of good decisions. But now we pick up with the second fight of the day, that is Navstar Esports going up against B4M. Chetri spotted in the open. This is the Sentosa Island you talk about, and Chetri already gets wiped out. Navstar Esports getting their first frag. Might be as all the 3 players have already moved out for the next circle, so he'll be revived back again into this game.
That he will be, but no way. In the meantime, is going to pick his teammate up. Look at T2K, quite spread out. They might just pick a fight with high voltage, and these are the 2 teams that you want to see go up against each other. And Anam Lama Esports as well, just existing up above them. But Poison is coming in. Rahul might just get taken down. He might actually pay the price for this. The question is Rahul going to peek out with a swag 7? That is the question. Does deploy the glue wall, needs to run away, but needs to find that kill as well. There is a massive opportunity for Rahul over here, but does he want to push in? That is going to be the question. But look at Sagar. Goes away, starts shooting away, but Poison in the meantime finding a knock with the XM1014 onto Rahul. And Sagar will try and stay alive, but the question is for how long can he stay alive? Not for very long. No, we will come in and take him down.
Well, we were not kind of expecting this fight to happen, but again, it's high voltage, it's high stakes for them because the championship is on the stake right now, and high voltage won't leave any chance. Look at that, Novi just rolling with his bike, coming with his duo, and in the open, spots down the last player. Train to Kill gets eliminated at the 12th spot, and yeah, it's the first elimination of the Bermuda game. Again, in the style, as we know, Novi, even if it's the last circle, he's just rolling with his bike, enjoying with his duo mate, and getting those kills, getting those frags for the team of high voltage.
Well, absolutely. But the question over here is going to be, what do we have in store over here? Because Arjun Sassidon I'm not quite sure what the idea is over there because Sassidon is waiting behind. Arjun is rotating. We do have Team Pirates who are just holding their ground. They don't want to go out there and pick their fights because they know it's very important. It's pivotal for them to not make any mistakes whatsoever. But Sahil, in the meantime, is going to be waiting out. But I do believe he can take a fight if he wants because he has that high ground advantage.
Mamba, again, they do have the high ground advantage. They somehow stand out with that. And then we have our eyes on BitX Esports, who are holding their position on Bhima Shakti Strip. But then Anam Lama Esports have to struggle with some early rotation at this moment. They got their loot, but again, they have lost one of their man, and who they are not able to revive at this moment. But again, we start with a fight on the drop of Plantation, and this time it is Moonlight Esports going against Team Pirates. Hanzo picking up the first frag on Superman, as Sassidon in the open is taking a lot of damage behind those blue walls. Okay, so the parade is still present. So he spots Z3 in the open. Gets one shot connected, but Z3 will just close in as soon as possible, going with the whole team. Yes, he knows this guy is alone at this moment. A backup is yet to be expected, but again, Team Pirates is up for this fight. Gets those shots and starts it out. Oh, barely 1 HP remaining for this guy as he stands behind the glue walls. Again, the shots are coming now. The cover is present. He has called the backup, whereas Team Pirates are also present with their backup. It's a damn good close range fight that we're going to witness. A 4v4 indeed. Team Pirates Hanzo gets in his vehicle. Okay, changes his position somehow. He wants to get all the positions correct. And the pin will go from another angle with the Max 7. The Swag 2nd, as you say. He picks up the first frag in this fight. And Moonlight Esports will face another knock, another kill confirmation. Will they revive the player this much early? Is not what we expect, but again, Napstar Esports spotting a rotation moving out of the peak, and then again they have to rotate early too. It was Zuki Esports who are going for the zone, and there comes the warning. The second zone is about to close in, whereas Napstar Esports have picked up 1 kill for themselves, but again, zone is the priority, Mamba.
Zone is definitely the priority, no doubt, but the Webros, in the meantime, they will be on the run. Webros is one of those teams, right, which has a lot of firepower, but they're also cognizant of the fact that when they need to fall back, when they need to take it slow, they will not force the issue. And love the cause, absolutely love the cause. Nice work for yes. Regardless, Webros, now they will be on the run.
And then when we see a fight somehow a rotation coming in for Vibros Mamba, this also looks really good. Moonlight Esports Sudhir, yes, Superman, the man who was knocked out and eliminated with the revival points, he will be picked up as soon as Moonlight Esports got their winning machine. Again, Vibros are all set for their position. They're looking pretty much confident, and whereas they've also picked up one of the best positions in the circle. Okay, here we go. Back for Mercy going against BitX Esports as Mex gets taken down, but Serpa gets knocked out by the zone. Deepu with the Max 7 gets the first pick for the team, and that's how an elimination drops on the team of Bet for Mercy. This guy was alone, present in the open, and BitX would leave a good steal kill for them. Again, Zuki Esports coming up with their rotation, and now once again they have the same team in the open. That's Napstar Esports. Joe Boy, where was the guy present? Mamba gets the advantage as the guy was not present in the game in the moment. Naruto gets a knock. Pratham gets the third frag, and that's an end. Napstar Esports gets eliminated. Within the 10 seconds they initiated this fight, they just came in and got dragged down of this map, got eliminated at the 11th position. Now we have 10 teams and 37 players surviving. With that, Lone Wolves on the edge of the zone, they need to rotate as soon as possible, because again, in the end circles, the late rotation will always land bad for them. BitX Deepu with the M249 goes in, gets that knock on Pratham. It stabs a lot behind that blue wall. Again, Naruto is in the open, leading for the revival. Mex gets a kill confirmation on Naruto, and BitX are not stopping, eliminating one player from Beko Mercy. Now they're up against Zuki Esports. Pratham with the side gets a knock, but then Zuki Esports, the man himself, Deepu, with the Max 7 will be getting 2 frags, and with those 5 kills, they'll be eliminating Navestar Esports at the 10th position.
Look at the Challenger trying his best with the to get that kill, but he will not be able to. And Poison playing it so smart, but he might just get taken out. The Challenger will take his time, will take his sweet time, but not enough. Tanjiro in the meantime is going to revive Megs, and Dikshant is in a great spot. He's in a great spot with that sniper, and of course can dish out a lot of damage if he needs to. But for Namlava, they have lost out on a player which they can go resurrect if time permits. But regardless, Lore in the meantime, just on the run, he needs to go in. Noe as well, running away from the zone. Doesn't want to take a lot of damage. For now, Poison will get off and will try and push up. And he wants to get that kill, but the question is, can he actually get that kill? He has the XM1014, the new wall going up. And Poison will get taken down. Oh, extending, and someone will not miss that.
Suman not missing any chance he has got, and now Vibros, after 12 minutes have passed in this game, they come into the action. One of the most aggressive teams right now approaching for the passive approach. Vibros goes in the open and Team Pirates against them. Rohit gets a kill confirmation. Rohit in the close range again picks up a frag for Team Vibros. The man himself, who is also up for the kill leaderboard, getting 2 frags back to back, and now they have a third party coming in from Moonlight Esports. Picked up 2 frags, and now Moonlight Esports is present up against them. Already Vibros is on the edge of the circle, where Moonlight Esports is also holding a good top end spot. There goes a grenade, and Stalker with the K98 gets a knock on Arjun. There he goes. Drago GRG is all set with the grenades. Team Pirates reviving all of their teammates. Sasidon in the open, coming from the circle. One shot on the head, and Drago GRG won't miss that frag for the team. Again, 2 frags picked up. Vibros have spotted Sudhir and Superman in the open. They're just going as the Hunters, going as the Lions. Drago GRG gets a knock. Oh no, Rohit picks up the last bullet on Superman. And the pan, whereas he spotted Cosmac, the last player remaining for the team, he also gets that fight. Supreme with the Groza picks up the last player remaining from Moonlight Esports. And with that, Moonlight will also be out of the match at the 8th position. Aizen gets knock on Zetri with the AWM. Novi gets a confirmation on Zetri.
Well, looks like my prediction might not be too far off, because BitX is looking really strong, and I guess we'll find out what happens at the end of the day. But Lone Wolves, in the meantime, they are going to lose out on one more player. Luffy is going to be standing outright. But Vibros, in the meantime, they have 6 skills to work with as well, and you know how quickly this team can find momentum. But talk of connecting that shot, needs to find one more. Can you connect that shot? Though that is going to be the question. Uses the inhaler, runs away. Rohit on the run as well, and Kukri versus Vibros. Middle, who do you think will come out on top?
Kukri versus Vibros at this moment. Kukri doesn't have the momentum for the fight, whereas Vibros is all set for all the frags. They're just hunting down all the teams, so my chance is going for Vibros again. And Drago GRG creates the initiation. Gets a knock on Simon with that grenade, and Rohit picking up frags back to back, whereas Lone Wolves already got eliminated. One of the last players remaining from Kukri, Lama, whereas also gets picked out. Kukri gets eliminated, but Raven with the grenade launcher in the end got 2 knocks on Vibros. Supreme will be revived, Rohit will be revived. BitX Esports, Vibros and Team Pirates, 2 players above that chimney. But again, it's a 4v4 fight that we're looking for. If Team Pirates somehow are able to make this, no, they won't be able to, because the zone has left them. It's only the bullets that they'll be firing in vain. Either heal or either just take the elimination as soon as possible, because what we are going to witness is a 4v4 fight between Vibros and Team BitX Esports.
Well, Vibros were 2 players down. BitX could have pushed them in, but they did not do that. They did not capitalize on it. Now Vibros slowly moving inside the zone. They might not have solid cover, but they are absolutely inside the zone, and they can hold BitX off. The question is BitX making a mistake over here? Because Vibros, the moment they get close, the moment they smell blood, they will have no option but to pounce on them. And BitX, they have solid cover to work with. They need to capitalize on this. Drago trying his best to use a grenade launcher, but the question is it going to work out in his favor? All the glue walls are being taken down one by one, and stalked over the
No, that is what we weren't expecting, Mamba. The Pain gets a knock on Supreme at the very last moment, whereas Bitex needs to come inside the circle. Vibros can stop them easily, but Supreme has been picked out, and now Aizen goes in with the grenade. BitX have got the advantage. He gets the kill confirmed, and now it's a 4v2s. Drago GRG also sided down. It's a 1v4 remaining. Ivan gets the third frag for the team. Stalker up in the open, trying his level best, but no. Megs won't leave him with the shotgun shot of M1887. BitX Esports with a booyah in the match number 1, and Mamba is the most happiest man right now on the earth.
Yeah, I don't know who. Yeah, how many? We have a couple of casters, right? There was some caster who predicted BitX. I don't know who he is. Some random prediction. Of course.
Okay.
Comes up. You see the smile on my face. That's me. And the reason I'm smiling this much, right, is also because I was the only one who backed. I was the only one out of all the casters in this tournament who chose BitX. And
wait, they still haven't got the championship, Mamba. They still haven't got the championship.
Doesn't matter. They started off well, and that is all I care about. Because look, they've shown potential. They've shown that they mean business, and the kind of legacy that they carry, the kind of experience that they carry, is what is going to be the differentiator over here. Because you're playing on the biggest stage of them all, right? You're playing in the Free Fire Nepal Championship. It's not easy to absorb all that pressure. And the reason why I chose BitX over everybody else was also because of the experience and their ability to absorb that pressure. Sure, all the other teams are great, no doubt about that. And they might even win the tournament. But to sort of stamp your authority and tell all the other teams that, look, man, we've been around for a while and we will not be pushed around.
Indeed, and BitX Esports, look at that. Whereas they were not inside the circle at the last moment. But then again, it was somehow a playmaker from the side of Team Pirates. Just agree to it, Mamba. The Pain got that frag from the top. He just stood out a shot on Supreme. And whereas Vibros lost that momentum, Vibros lost their one of the important player, that was Supreme. And then they were outnumbered. It was a 4v3. Aizen got a knock with the grenade. And then it was outnumbering back to back. An easy fight in the end, whereas Deepan caused the initial fight for them. He became the 5th player in this match for team BitX Esports. But then BitX Esports showed what they had from the start till the end in this game. Because Vibros somehow picked up their fights from the 12th minute. But BitX started from the very first minute of this match.
Oh, absolutely. But yeah, no, my cheeks are going to hurt after all this laughter, all this smiling, because I'm really happy, man. This is work satisfaction. This is peak work satisfaction. But of course, we'll have a look at the highlights and see what happened in the game and break it down further as well. But this is not a start any of us expected. Even myself, even though I did predict BitX to take this tournament away, I did not expect them to walk away with the very first booyah.
Indeed, because it is one of, like we have seen in the league stages, BitX having that advantage of the map of Bermuda. But then again, in the grand finals, you somehow need to have that X factor. You somehow need your team to be so consistent with all the plays. We predicted that Vibros would be taking the tournament, would be taking the first very match. But then BitX comes as a surprise, but then comes with the experience that they have got, right? So when it's about the grand finals of their new region, of the new region of Nepal, whereas we are witnessing one of the first tournaments of this region, 7 maps are still remaining. You have to maintain the consistency, because getting a booyah in the first match won't mean you have the championship. And when you can't get 10 points in each and every game, then you can also lose out your podium of the first position. Again, we have to analyze this game, how it went by. Started from the very first minute, BitX kind of deserved this.
Oh, absolutely. But you know what it means when you walk away with the first booyah? And I'm going to gloat over this, okay? I am absolutely going to gloat over this. That means that Mamba got his prediction right, at least for the first game. But nonetheless, I'm going to stop joking about it, because it will get annoying after a while. But talking about the next 7 games, right? Mridul, still a lot of space. I mean, you can even look at this as a warm-up game, to say the least, right? Because look, one game, you could be consistent. You can go out there, get those skills throughout the match. But if you don't do well in the second or the third game, or maybe you have this sort of a sine wave sort of a graph, right? Where you do well one game, the other game you're not doing so well. Again, you're doing well. So that sort of fluctuation in your performance also takes you down quite a bit. So you do need to make sure that while you're taking all these risks, it does not come back to bite you.
Yeah. Indeed, and when we also saw Vibros facing that throughout the league stages, they were never at the #1 position throughout the league stages, right, Mamba? There was a graph of ups and downs, where Anam Lama came at the first position. Then you had High Voltage also taking up the first position. But in the end, what matters is you are at the #1, right? And then it was Vibros who were at the #1 when the league stages ended. So again, you go through the graphs of positives and negatives, but then the positives always pumps up and always pops up as the level best. So again, we are going to see some good of the performances in the rest of the 7 games. And the second map is going to be the map of Kalahari, the map of action, the map of brutalness, the map of open areas, and the map of desert. Who is going to win that according to you?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's this team called Bitex. They might. Who knows?
Right now, taking a look over to the highlights here, Mamba. Nepsar Esports started at the very end, and this was kind of so bad for Nepsar. They just popped in at the very wrong moment where Zuki Esports were all set for them. Zuki Esports could have eliminated them pretty much early, but that was a pretty bad rotation from Nepsar. Zuki were ready for them, and then they just faced them. Bitex Esports, Megs becomes the MVP for this match. He was the Terminator with the last frag of this match, with the shotgun that we saw, and then he was the man of this game too. The most valuable player for the match number 1, 4 kills, 3 assists, a total damage of 1,364 with 2 headshots and 2 revivals for his teammates. So again, he was also a supporter for the team, helping out the players and getting all the meds possible and getting the revivals from the vending machines.
Oh, absolutely. But 24 points, quite a good start for them. I'll tell you that, because Vibros, while they did have a pretty good run, they're still 6 points behind. And Bitex, if they can keep up with this, it's going to be wonderful for them. But Vibros, High Voltage, and Anam Lama Esports, all these 3 teams, right? Not at all surprised that they made it to the top 5. What I'm surprised about is Moonlight Esports, T2K as well, not being able to get a decent start. That's surprising to me.
Yeah. Again, T2K at this moment, Mamba, some or the other way, we also expect from that a lot. You made a different prediction from all of those casters that you'll be going in for Bitex. So again, T2K, Moonlight, and even Nepsar Esports is one of those 3 names that I can pump up with for the game number 2. Whereas they need to come back. It's a map of Kalahari. It's not too late. They kind of are not consistent in the game number 1. But again, it's their time. 7 games are still left. Come up with your matches, come up with your games, and show what you have got to be in the grand finals. Show what you have got that you can win this tournament. Let's go. Let's move with the game number 2. And let's see who wins this one.
Oh, absolutely. We will hop on the plane and see what happens in this round. But of course, we might just see a couple of hot drops. I really do want to see some hot drops, because the resurrection mechanic has changed quite a bit. And you don't need to be that scared of everything else. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, we will be jumping into Kalahari in 10 seconds. Nidal, how excited are you?
Kalahari, as I already stated, Mama, I'm really excited and pumped up for this match. Again, we are going to see the aggressive gameplay coming in from each and every team's side. And the map of destruction, as I always say. Kalahari, the map of deserts. The open areas, the plain path, start from the Stone Ridge, goes towards the Old Hampton, dividing the map into 2. Whereas Refinery, okay, I still have a doubt between High Voltage and T2K. Will High Voltage once again pop in for Refinery? Whereas we already know that T2K also love the draw. But yes, T2K has to route and they are going towards the downside. Whereas Nepsar Esports going towards the Mammoth.
Yeah, they will be going towards Mammoth, no doubt about that. But Vibros, in the meantime, are going towards Refinery, and nobody else is challenging them over there. But on the sub, we might just see a fight between Beckham and T2K, because K3 wants to push in, and he will actually walk away with a kill so quickly.
Ooh, already an early frag on Team Train to Kill as B4M. Just charge on them, and but T2K, they won't be stopping in silence, as already they have picked up 2 players up in the open. J3 gets taken down so far, already on his knees as Chipo spots him, and with the XM8, he also is out of the game. Again, one of the players will get that revival somehow or the other way, but Unish is right now not present with T2K. 3 players remaining. It's a 3v2 fight, as now they will chase the rest 2 players remaining. A revival, a resurrection should not be caused at this moment, because before him they have got their chance, as Cosmic is already out of the position.
Oh well. Abirol, in the meantime, is just gonna wait it out. He doesn't want to get out and get knocked down or get taken down, right? So he's going to take things slow. But Webros, in the meantime, always starts off slow. Always makes sure that they have all the resources in the world that they need, and they're in a decent position to start attacking. Until then, they won't even think of picking fights, which is a wonderful approach to the game, but at the same time, it's also one of the most conventional approaches to the game, right? Because when Battle Royale started becoming a thing back in 2016, 2017, and players were really introduced to the concept, this is what everybody would do. Loot, zone camp, and then take a fight and win. That's it.
But then again, Mamba, things have changed according to the time, right? Things change according to time. Today, when we picked up with the survival, it is one of the main motives of the battle royals, right? But then you also have to kill to survive. So the kills would be important. And when you can come to this battleground again and again with the resurrection point coming into the play, what matters is if you get kills, you make the board, you make the championship. Webros right now on the refinery. Some or the other way, Supreme is going towards the north right now, scouting each and every player. He is going to be the flanker at this moment for the team. And if Team Pirates try to come up for an early rotation, Supreme would cause them the high amount of damage that Team Pirates won't be expecting. Again, the zone siren pops up, and that's how the players have been warned, rotate for the next circle, whereas most of the teams are inside the circle because the zone is right now focusing throughout the map, Kalahari being a shorter map, like other maps being concerned. So it's quite a map where each and every team would be there in the first circle. But then again, Anam Lama Esports, Moonlight Esports, and even High Voltage, whereas Napstar Esports is already present on Mammoth. We have seen how High Voltages go in and just get those frags on any of those teams available on Mammoth. Whereas we also faced an elimination. Who was the team, Mamba?
Not quite sure, honestly. Because sometimes it's really easy to zone out, right, when you're focusing on a fight and you're seeing all the rotations on the map, because there's so much information to absorb. But Rahul might just get taken down. Lone Wolves are pushing in on him. If you look at the minimap, right, on the southern side, you can see Luffy trying to push in onto Rahul, and Rahul might just lose his life. The question is, what is going to happen? Ardim, in the meantime, going towards the Seabit Ponton, who has been taken down, and Ardim will fall down as well. That looked so smart from Pikachu. Oh my goodness.
Oof. 2 players already picked out. High Voltage facing that disadvantage, but again, they won't also stop. Pikachu getting his second frag for the team, whereas they have lost one of their players. Again, they are having that advantage, they're having that player advantage, but no, Novi pops up. He has spotted one of the players, and whereas going in with that hook grappling gun, he gets a good position once again back for the team. But Simon is going in, and Novi gets that player back in the game. So yeah, High Voltage will be back with his team, but okay, Lone Wolves will be eliminated as Train to Kill pick up that initial fight, and they won't be lacking back in it. Train to Kill have got those frags, and yeah, one more team gets eliminated.
One more team does get eliminated. Pikachu on top. He's going to take a lot of damage. Unknown. What in the world was that? Lurie will get taken down that quickly? That is unbelievable skill over here. Pikachu again, once again, trying to push in with the SKS. He can walk away with a kill, but the question is he going to press out that? And in the meantime, lot with these shots, and how in the world is he connecting these shots? That is so unbelievable. He shredded Lurie to pieces.
Again, pieces are popping up back to back, Mamba, whereas the teams are still not dropping down with the initial fights, are still not lacking in those initial fights. If they have it, they are picking it up, not going behind. Again, now we have Kukri Esports going against Anam Lama Esports, whereas Diksha is one of the alone player at this moment, whereas the other team is not in the close vicinity. But then again, Kukri Esports, if getting this frag, they also need to be in the covers, because if you're in the open, then Anand Lama Esports would be the punishing one. Sahil coming into the city, Suman holding a rock outside the city, whereas Simon somehow has spotted that player. Okay, no, he hasn't spotted the player, so 2 players are still remaining from Anand Lama Esports, as MJ, who was not present in this fight at this moment, will be getting that revival on Deekshant, and as resurrection paused, all the 4 players from Anand Lama are back into the game.
Well, Simon, in the meantime, is going to be on top of the house, just waiting it out. But Kangso from Kukri, he could show some aggression if he wants, because Anand Lama Esports is right next to them. Simon rotating back in along with his teammates. Anand Lama Esports have been forced back. Honestly, Kukri being able to do that is unexpected. I did not think Anand Lama Esports would be thrown around by Kukri, because look, Kukri is a great team, no doubt about that. But Anand Lama Esports themselves are just a better team. But in the meantime, Tanjiro is going to find a kill for himself, but Sudhir and MJX from Anand Lama Esports is going to find the revival for the teams respectively.
Indeed, Mamba now going in for a fight in the close range. Again, BitX Esports picking up those fights. Deepu gets a knock on Moonlight Esports, but again, Superman in the close range with the M187 gets a knock, and he will revive his player as soon as possible. But again, Tanjiro pops up and he goes for a frag. Arjun gets taken down. Superman will confirm his frag on Meg. There you go, a 2v1 fight coming in. But yeah, BitX is the most powerful one at this moment, whereas Team Pirates is also looking up for those fights. BitX Tanjiro will be confirming his frag. 1 player remaining. Only 1 player remaining from the other team. And whereas Anand Lama Esports are now on the downrange, Kukri Esports got the height advantage, but they'll be going outside the zone. And this fight somehow is not needed at this moment, Mamba. But then again, if you picked up the fight, you have to go till the end, or either leave or either just stay in the fight till the very end. There goes Hansi in the open. That was a bad move coming in from his side, as Kukri Esports won't be getting any frag. And going in the open, Suman would be punishing the guy. Deekshant in the open caused the last bullet, and with that, 1 player has been picked out from Kukri Esports, so now it's a 4v3 fight.
Now it is a 4v3, but Sahil in the meantime is going to try and take a couple of pot shots, but he needs to connect those shots. And Anand Lama Esports, while they were being pushed back, they have recovered from this, and now they're pushing Kukri back. This is exactly what I was talking about, because I was really surprised that Kukri were able to manage to get that. Wait a minute, what? That is unbelievable! The smoke spam, straight up snapping the aim onto the player, straight up snapping the crosshair onto the player, and the player finds a knock. I don't even know how he have the presence of mind to pull something off like that. But regardless, it is going to happen. Yori, in the meantime, trying to take a couple of pot shots, will not be able to dish out any meaningful damage. It's still on the high ground. Can get a lot of information to work with. Aizen, in the meantime, is going to find a knock for himself. But that's about it.
That's about it. And when like the going gets tough, the tough gets going, right, Mamba? And whereas Anand Lama Esports at this moment are outside the zone, but still they took up that fight, exiting the very fight of Kukri Esports. Now they were going towards BitX, but would be facing one of those knockouts again. The player who was knocked out and eliminated, he'll be back in the game. But look at that split of Anand Lama Esports. All of the 4 players split up in a very, very bad situation where they are focusing to go inside the zone. But from one side, it's BitX, and from the other side, it's Kukri Esports. Just not wanting the team to enter the next circle. BitX Deepu spots down Deekshant, and at this moment, once again, the player gets taken down. Anand Lama Esports. On the other side, they'll be losing out 1 more player to the hands of Kukri Esports. Only 2 players remaining, and Kagzo will be picking up his kill confirmation. Moonlight Esports goes for a frag, as now they have arrived on the top of BitX, and Megs once again gets taken down.
Oh, absolutely, but Suman and Sahil are still waiting up, but Sahil will find the knock. Just 2 shots, and that's all that he needed. Is going to find the knock, and I'm sure he will finish the player down as well. But Anam Lama Esports coming out the top of that one. Kangso will get taken down, and Suman is going to revive Dikshan, and Kangso will be revived as well. So, as much as it's nice to see that the opposition got the kill, but this could also be a strategy where you're like, you know what? You don't need to rotate all the way. Just go in. Take the fight. If you win the fight, that's wonderful. If you lose the fight, we'll just revive you.
Well, yeah, exactly. And right now, focusing on the game, we have like most of the squads remaining because of the resurrection points, right, Mamba? Whereas at the start of the like battle royals, we saw most of the players not having the resurrection possible. Once eliminated, it's done, right? And now if you have the resurrection available, Dikshan coming back to the game 2 or 3 times again, Mex coming back to the game 2 or 3 times, but Pitex are up for this fight again. Even after they were facing eliminations back to back, they're up for a 4v4 fight, and now it's against Kukri Esports. Aizen gets the first knock on Simon, whereas we also have another fight picking up between T2K and Nipsar Esports. Aizen would be confirming his frag on Simon, and Kukuri Esports are now outnumbered, whereas Suman is also arriving inside the next circle, but he is coming from outside the zone. There he goes with the close range. Deepu trying with the Max 7, goes for the frag. Sanjiro with the side gets that knockout, but gets taken on by that play zone. Now Aizen is going to be the last player remaining. Again, the zone damage is a lot, and they have to go inside the next circle. Navsar Esports would be third partied by Team Pirates, and they would be facing an elimination. Tanjiro getting his kill confirmed, a quadra kill for his side, but he's outside the zone, and Kukuri Esports have got that advantage. They got the time, they got the moment, and now they are having a good position again from the back. The guy who got picked up is coming from the back. Raven is not expecting that man to come. Here he goes, the man himself. Megs drops down, but then he won't be having any loot. So yeah, Raven would be having that advantage. Deepu also spotted. He came back, but it was an elimination they will be facing because the guns are not available with them. And with that, 2 more easy frags coming in for Team Bitex Esports.
Oh, absolutely. But Rabin and Kangso, in the meantime, are the only 2 players surviving for Kukri, and they could dish out damage. They have on 6 kills for themselves, so they've guaranteed a decent amount of points. But Kangso, look at him. He wants to take that fight and almost taking out someone over there. I do believe he might be able to knock him down, but that is not going to be the case. Somebody else comes in from Moonlight Esports. Sassy Dawn stealing the knock away and stealing the kill away, stealing the point away as well. So all the hard work from Kangso is not going to matter. High Voltage, on the other hand, they've had all the players be revived once, all the players be resurrected once, and that's insane to think about because they've survived all their fights. They're all still alive, and they might actually have a real shot at getting the booyah.
Indeed, and when you talk about 18 still remaining in this end circle of Kalahari, Mamba, the booyah is still pretty much far away because look at this moment. We are going to face eliminations back to back, and Kukri would be out of this game. Look at High Voltage. Somehow or the other way, all of the 4 players were picked up inside this match again, and now they won't be leaving up those frags. TMP is on a roll, picking up 2 teams back to back. They're getting frags and frags and frags. And now High Voltage came in, but they don't have the loot available for these end zone fights. V-Bro is still standing strong with all the 4 players, but again, they don't have the zone. Bitex Esports, Aizen on a triple kill roll. Dikshan gets a knock on Lurie. In the end circle, anything can happen at this moment. More 30 seconds remaining for the 5th circle to close in. Grenades popping in by Drago. And with that, 1 single grenade, and you have another knockout. Drago Jihad getting that knock. Stalker takes a knock on Bitex Esports. V-Bros is up for those fights. That's a strategy they're working upon, and thrown down from the leg advantage that he got behind that blue wall. Just below that blue wall, he had the foots available, and with that, he caused that damage on High Voltage. No grenades available, or either it would have been an elimination caused pretty much early. Drago goes in for a triple kill with the M1014, and that's how we see an elimination of High Voltage. The last 3 teams remaining: Team Pirates, Anam Lama Esports, and Team V-Bros.
Oh, absolutely, but I'm not quite sure what the idea was. Breaking the glue out with the scythe and going out there because High Voltage got eliminated. Now 3 teams survive with 9 players, 3 each. Anam Lama Esports have 8 kills and they're looking really, really strong. But let's not forget rebros exist over here as well. And they want to start taking the fight with Team Pirate. And they might just face the brunt of rebros. But the problem for rebros is they need to get out of the house. They're outside the zone and they might actually end up losing their lives right there. MJX just pushing in, keeping the pressure up. The grenade is going to go in as well, but Deep in the meantime finding a pick on the screen, and MJX is tapping away.
Yeah, the last fight of this moment, the last of the fights coming in. Anam Lama Esports certainly picking up the pace, and now, in the end, MJ the man with 1 grenade and then the swag 7, the back 7. A triple kill popping up. What is done is done, and we have the Booyah causers, the Booyah winners for the match number 2. Anam Lama Esports getting the Booyah on the grounds of Kalahari, and the match number 2 is in their name.
Oh, absolutely. Match number 2 goes their way. Anam Lama Esports coming out on top of this one. And again, it's a very strong team, right? When we did look at the overall scoreboard from the last match, I did mention that I'm not surprised with the top 4, top 5 standings. And great for Anam Lama Esports. My background's also green, so I had 2 teams that I can root for.
Okay, Anam Lama Esports is going to be one of the first teams, and another one, Mamba?
The rest of the 10 as well, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's okay. So a positive rate right now. Let's go in with the match number 2, and somehow analyzing the whole match at this moment, Mamba. We saw Kalahari, again, destruction was paused. We saw 3 teams again kind of picking up that fight around the Mammoth and the Sub. I was kind of surprised from Train to Kill, whereas they know, right? Because Train to Kill had an advantage in the planes because High Voltage was not present there. But then, now High Voltage as this sort of, okay, yeah, sorry for that. But Train to Kill somehow on the refinery, they still got down to the Sub, picked up an initial fight and won against Beg for Mercy. Beg for Mercy were kind of successful somehow running out of that position, but then Train to Kill just chased them, and that was an elimination caused by Train to Kill. Again, Kalahari match went by so fast that in the end, when Anam Lama Esports was on the verge of elimination, only 1 player was remaining, that was Sahil. He picked up all of his teammates, got all the confidence back for the team, and then the team had the best position inside the next circle, right? And that's how they stood out. They got that game correct for themselves. Look at that. They picked up a fight against Kukuri Esports at the very start of the game. But then they were back. They were back with the action. And they were back with a good roar.
Oh, absolutely. But rebros as well, they were such a dominant force throughout the match. They're really smart with the kill inside the house where they try to fire beneath the glue wall. And that's the reason why it's important that when you do use your glue walls or you deploy them properly. But we'll talk about the MVP. Dikshant, once again, not surprised at all. 5 kills, 3 assists, 1900 damage almost, 2 headshots, and 4 revivals. That's massive.
Yeah. Again, Dikshant, not quite surprised, right, Mamba? Dikshant is one of those players who always stood out with his amazing gameplay. Again, he's an all-rounder, going throughout the game, goes for snipers, goes for ACAT, goes for any of those weapons. He's present with all the roles, and he will be getting those 5 frags. Again, in the race for the most valuable player for the Grand Finals, let's see if he picks up those frags in each and every match. Anam Lama Esports, Dikshant has a lot on his shoulders. Picking up this game, 12 placement points, 13 kills on the map of Kalahari, 25 points are on the board from this game. For Anam Lama Esports, Team Pirates once again being consistent enough to get 17 points from this game. rebros getting 16, T2K coming back, but then again they were at the bottom of the table when the first game ended. So yeah, they need to pack it up. They need to buckle up also, and they need to get backed up with all the kills that they can get. Betex Esports being consistent, getting 12 points from this game. At the 5th spot, if you get the top 5, even after Booyah, you are getting those points for your side. Look over the total standings. That's the standings we talk about. Anam Lama Esports at the top with 1 single game, having 37 points, but Betex is just 1 point behind.
Betex is just 1 point behind. But here's the thing, they need to be a little more consistent because they had 25 points, I believe, the last game. They need to be in the realm of 15 to 20 points every single game whatsoever. Doesn't matter where you stand. So for now, sure, they are in the lead. They might be able to maintain their position, but they need to find some momentum and stick to it. Otherwise, they will struggle for sure. And that is not something I personally would wish for because I've chosen them to walk away with the trophy.
But then again, struggle always works out, right? The hard work that you get in a single game, the hard work you gain, and with that, you always have to be consistent. But on that note, we are going for a short break as we'll be right back with the two more games that we're left with before a break again.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Free Fire Nepal Championship. My name is Ranjit Senior Patel. Alongside me is the wonderful, the handsome, the ever smiling and ever charming Mridul. But of course, we've been through two games and it's going to be a lot of fun because we've seen some incredible action. Of course, we still have 6 more games to go. Took me a while because I'm bad at maths. But yeah, 6 more games and then we'll know who the champion is for the first time ever in the FFNC.
I think so. It's just 6 games, but still it's a long wait as we are filled up with a lot of excitement. Whereas most of the players, most of the audience are rooting out for Vibros. But till now, 2 games have passed down. 1 game got in for Bitex Esports. They got the first map. Then we got Anam Lama Esports. Vibros are still in the top 3 in the total standings. But then again, we root for a Booyah from their side. 2 games left before we go half side of the day. That is Purgatory and Alpine are still left at the game number 3 and game number 4. And once again, taking a look over to the overall standings, Deekshant is the key player for Anam Lama Esports. The victory that they got on the map of Kalahari was caused by this person single-handedly. Then you have Bitex Tanjiro from the side of Bitex Esports. You have Drago from Vibros. Team Pirates on the 4th position. So again, High Voltage and Team Pirates still stand their chance to be in the top 3 or to be at #1. 6 games are still left. Anything can happen, Mamba, at any given moment.
Oh, anything can happen at any given moment, no doubt about that. But I can tell you one thing for sure, that if you notice all the MVP standings, right, all the players that you saw on screen were from different teams. That means there's no one team dominating the show right now. There's no one team dominating the entire tournament. Hopefully, we'll see a little more diversity in terms of who gets the Booyahs and not just, any team. Right? It could be Webros, Bitex, and Armlama Esports walking away with Booyah so that the excitement stays. And hopefully we get to see that. But next map up is going to be Purgatory, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll hop right into it. Mridul, what are your expectations?
Anamlama Esports at this moment have got the momentum that they got from the map of Kalahari, but then one of the expectations that I have got is that seeing my prediction getting one single Booyah in the first half that I'm going to cast. Again, the map of Purgatory is going to start from the Fire Brigade, going towards the Moat House, straight up from south till the north, dividing the map into two halves. Blue tier loot is going to be on the Ski Lodge, whereas most of the teams, as we know, are going to go towards the Central Fire Brigade and the drops of Lumber Mill. Yes, Webros up for a bigger split as Supreme goes for the main island and he's present at the campsite. And again, a mini map, as we say, for the map, or we can say Moat House in the north. Any team trying to go for their drop or not, I'm still not sure about that. But then we see on the drop of Brasilia, you have Team Pirates up against High Voltage.
Well, I guess for now, we'll just have to wait and see what happens over here because Team Pirates and High Voltage have both landed towards Brasilia, and these two teams can go at it, and it'll be a spectacular fight to watch. But nonetheless, Noe in the meantime is going to be on the rotation, just trying to find some weapons himself. But Sahil does not want to stop. He will find the first shot onto a known from Nepstar, and this is not the start any team would hope for. But hey, don't worry about it. Don't fret. We still have the resurrection available. Rahul in the meantime running like a headless chicken over there because he didn't have any weapons to work with. Will get taken down. In the meantime,
Never actually just don't question the fortress of Deekshant at this moment. He just stood out in his fortress and look at that sheer amount of aggression when he just got one single weapon, no armor, nothing to heal. But then he had all the confidence with the scar that he had in his hands. 2 frags, but then the players would be revived again. They're back in the game as the other 2 players who are present on the vending machine with the revival points and High Voltage have now just rushed in. Novi and Lure on the bikes, as we know. They want this fight to end as soon as possible. No one to be present on the grounds of Brasilia when High Voltage is there.
well, Anamlama Esports for now. They had 3 kills, but Sahil has been taken down, and so will MGX go down. Now, this is a problem because if they all get taken out, then of course this game is done and dusted. It's sort of a game thrown away, but at the same time, High Voltage is on the run. I'm not quite sure what the idea is. Poison is trying to go back to his team, and I'm not sure because there is Etri in the house right next to them, and he could get taken down.
Ooh, the bike that which was used to just get out of this fight got a lot of shots covered up, but Lure stood out with the Max 7. 2 players against him, but he stayed on his position, and with that jumping in and out, he got those 2 knocks. Going to confirm those 2 knocks because again he knows the 2 players are not present at this moment. Oh, with that, one of the key players from High Voltage also helped to spot down the last player from Team Pirates. And with that, it's an elimination, an early elimination on the grounds of Purgatory, where Team Pirates won't be surviving to see the next fights that are going to happen.
Well, we will see the next fights that will happen, but for now, we will wait it out and see what goes down over here. But Naruto, in the meantime, on the run. The question is, what is he going to do about this? Hawkley inside the house as well. Just waiting it out. Zuki Esports. This is a team that has flown below the radar this entire day, right? They've not had any sort of moment of glory, and hopefully they can find it over here because Purgatory is a table turner. You get to see things that you don't expect or you least expect. Hawkley, in the meantime, showing himself but not giving a fight. Finally, when they do go away. Takes a couple of pot shots, but not dishing out any damage whatsoever. Apart from the damage on the car, obviously.
Yeah, damage on the vehicle was truly visible as the car was on fire. But again, Mamba, as we see, oh, the zone! Oh Okay, covering all the 3 islands indeed, and Brasilia not being at the center of the circle. So now all the 3 islands getting that boon, getting that advantage, whereas everyone can be inside the next circle. But Back for Mercy, they are pretty much up north. They're like really far away from the zone. Again, some early rotations can come into advantage, whereas T2K is also facing the damage from the circle. Anam Lama Esports Suman. Look at that split by Anam Lama Esports. That's like a really long flank coming in from Anam Lama Esports Suman. But then again, strategies can be worked out. Strategies can be placed. Campsite, one position, hold it down by Anam Lama Esports. The other players would be looking out for frags on Train to Kill, as they know if some or the other way they are dropping on this position, they know who are going to be their competitors. Wipe them first and then go for the next.
Well, for now, we're going to wait it out and see what Bitex has in store for us, because the last game, they were eliminated pretty early. Not something that a championship contender would want to do, at least. But for now, they'll be in on the run. And now Lama Esports might just actually have to pick a fight with T2K because they're heading right towards them. For now, Back for Mercy, again, just trying to rotate back into the zone. So we'll see all these giants, the behemoths of this community and in this region go head-to-head maybe this early in the game.
Yeah, and kind of the grounds have been still slow that we have witnessed on the map of Bermuda and Kalahari Mamba, because we have seen aggressive fights getting picked up back-to-back, and then players coming back to the ground with all the loot that they can gain again for themselves. But right now on the map of Purgatory, it's been pretty much slow. It's been pretty much passive, where most of the teams are working out for the next circle. They're running from the fights, right? And what they want to focus is on the next circle. Whereas the Purgatory is filled with aggression throughout the tournament, but now it's one of the most silent maps as we are witnessing. A lot is on stake, high stakes, and even any single mistake that you make can cause you the whole tournament.
It can. It definitely can. There's no doubt about that. But Unknown is going to be on the run. And Nepsa Esports, you know, always gets me because I read my own name, Mamba. And every time I see it, it leaves me a little stunned. It leaves me a little speechless because not very used to it. Stalker, in the meantime, is going to find a pick onto Carclay. Weebros starting things off, but Zuki Esports now are in a bit of a pinch. But in the meantime, Weebros isn't going to walk away without damage. Drago is going to fall down.
Yeah, and Vibros somehow picking up this fight against Zuki Esports. It is one of the most important fights, because right now they are in the top 3. But what we know Vibros for, Mamba, is the kills, the aggression that they get from the start of the game. 2 games went good for them, but then again the momentum they have throughout the game is not picking up for them. So yeah, Vibros need to get back with the aggression that they've got. But T2K is scoring a player from Anam Lama Esports in the open. Won't be leaving that kill. And now Vibros suffering a 3-way frontal battle. They are caught in between Suki Esports and High Voltage Novi rushing in on Supreme. Supreme is busy healing himself. But no, Anam Lama Esports also coming into the fight against T2K. And Dikshan, the man again, with a quadra kill, single-handedly once again, a 1v3 on Team Train to Kill.
Well, Naruto, in the meantime, is going to try and make his way around the half wall because he wants to pick that fight with Rohit, and he has been spotted. Does not have a grenade. That's the problem. Otherwise, he could have tossed it up. But there was that a mine? I'm not sure. I think we saw a mine over there. But regardless, Naruto wants to push in. There's one more glue wall over here. But can he find the pick? That is a question. Now he's just going to wait it out and see if he finds an opportunity.
At this moment, Zuki Esports are at the perfect advantage, Mamba. Even if Vibros have got the grounds, they are just holding their positions. Zuki Esports have covered them from each and every side. Where Vibros exiting from this position is going to be really difficult. But one player, that one key player who is far away from Vibros, can make the difference for them. Kukuri Esports engaging against Lone Wolves, but Bitex also drops down in this fight, and as soon as Tanjiro got picked down, Deepu caused the damage. so that Tanjiro won't get taken down. And yes, he's back in the game. But Raven with that grenade and Hansi with the shot. BitX Esports and Raven, ooh, straight forward the grenade behind the glue ball, and he gets that frag for himself. Aizen in the open. This can be the elimination that BitX won't be needing, or could be the elimination that they weren't going to face. But now they're in the bad situation as Kukuri Esports are looking up for this fight. Only one player to get taken down, and then you have the whole team out of this match, and that too at the 11th place. A lot of points to grab upon because BitX is at the top at this moment.
BitX wants to be on the top, no doubt about that, because they want to win the tournament. And
Yeah.
look, as casters, I would want to be as neutral as possible, right? But hey, man, when predictions are brought in the picture, everybody becomes a little selfish. But nonetheless, Kakle in the meantime has been knocked down. Naruto trying to find a pick for himself, but the chrono shield coming in, and I'm not sure it's where he's being shot from. Naruto is going to jump down and he'll find the knock onto Sherpa. That was so quick. Woo.
Again, Zuki Esports, but yes, a third party coming in from high voltage when it was less needed. Beg for Mercy is also present in this fight. B-Bros just silently exiting, but Zuki Esports won't be leaving every frag they have got. And Abiral, who was the last guy surviving, gets taken down. And Beg for Mercy would be leaving the game at the 11th spot. Now Mamba is going against BitX Esports as Nipsar Esports have come into the three-way frontal battle. Trying to run, Joybo gets caught down. But yes, he's still surviving. His bike caught fire. High voltage got 6 frags. Prego GRG wants to exit. But can he? As T2K Rahul will pick up his knock on mids.
Well, Sassidon is going to be on the run, but Superman in the meantime just tapping away with the arm. He wants to get that kill, which he will. And that's the shot damage. Rahul is knocked down behind the tree. He wants to cling on to his life with all his might, but that is not going to be possible. In the meantime, Superman just tapping the wrist of the ear. Behind solid cover, just waiting around. Moonlight Esports, they have 4 kills for themselves. Mridul and T2K is right in front of them. The question is, can they hang on? Will they be able to close it out?
Like, look at that. You just like wait for one side that you are safe, but then again you have a team arriving, and at the baddest moment possible, at the most like least moment you expect that you will have a third party. But here we go, high voltage going for a rotation, and a rotation that can cause a lot of damage. Moonlight Esports Sudhir with the grenades already popped in. Zuki Esports Superman getting that knock, getting that kill. And with that, that's an elimination on the 10th position. Moonlight Esports going against high voltage. They're outnumbered, but no. Anam Lama Esports won't be stopping. And look at that. Most of the teams right now fighting outside the circle. The kills is what they require. Moonlight Esports picking up the pace again. 9 kills for them. A quadra kill coming in. And as Supreme takes the elimination, V-Bros will be out of the game at the 9th spot. High voltage at 8. Train to kill at 7. 3 eliminations, which no one expected. But yes, caused already on the map of Purgatory. Now we're left with 16s. And that too, with not much of a number, where we are surviving with teammates, but we are not surviving with a lot of players. Kukuri Esports, 5 kills from this game. And yeah, 2 players still remain. 7 seconds remaining. The siren pops up. Rotate for the next circle. Here's the warning from the team.
Well, Sahil and MJ, they're the only 2 players surviving for Anam Lama Esports, and they will be waiting it out. But Kukri Esports, in the meantime, 5 kills for themselves. Rabin on the run. He's going to pick a fight right now. That is going to be the question. He does have the Swag 7 to work with. Kangs who can go in with the UMP as well, but he needs to go around the glue wall. Dishing out so much damage, but not enough to find the knock. He will jump in. Luffy will find one, but Kangso in the meantime will take down Luffy, but Luffy does not go down without a fight. Sure.
Again, Superman picking up those frags from the AWM. A killing spree popping up once again. Anam Lama won't be stopping. 10 kills from this game. A duo remains. Sahil and MJ still surviving in this game. But Kukri Esports, they had a vehicle available and they exited the spot as soon as possible. Navstar Esports have the man advantage, but can they stay till the very end? Because all the 4 players remaining, that means a higher amount of chance to be the winners of this game. Whereas let the other teams fight and you see what prevails. Moonlight Esports getting a frag on Navstar Esports as they are also up for the fight. So 4 teams remaining. Moonlight Esports, Bitex, Anam Lama Esports and Navstar Esports. Who is going to win this? On the map of Purgatory, where no team, even one single team is not there inside the next circle.
Well, Simons in the meantime is going to be waiting it out behind the glue wall. He does have the Groza to work with. He's in a great position, but Navstar Esports can actually pull this off. They could walk away with it, Booyah. In the meantime, MJX finding a kill on the Superman. Moonlight Esports losing out on one more player. They don't have that luxury. That is a problem. And Simons, is it going to go down? He's going to wait it out. That is a question. And he wants to pick the fight. He will find a kill for himself. And I believe that was a player from Bitex outside the zone. Yes, indeed, he was. Sacrifices himself to the zone. And this is experience. He does not need to go out there and pick a fight. Because why do you want to gift away any additional point to the opposition?
Even one single kill or even one single elimination that the opposition gets, a team goes down on the overall chart. That's the amount of difference that has been created. Only 1 or 2 points would mean losing out your position. But now Navstar Esports still having that man advantage and even the ground advantage. And when it's about the 6th circle, the zone never is the priority. The priority is to get those frags, and that one single shot. MJ once again rocks and is in a shock. Now a 3v1 and it's an easy frag for Pikachu. The last shot on the head and a victory. A booyah for Team Navstar Esports on the grounds of Purgatory. They stood out with the man advantage and that is what worked out for them. The best position in the end circle got the game in their hands.
Yeah, no pictures, no autographs, please. I know I'm the MVP, but that's okay. You know, happens once in a while. But it's been a rather interesting day, right? Starting off with the first game itself, we talked about predictions. Second game, it was light behind me, and the third one was my name itself. So it definitely happens to be my day, except for the fact that I'm extremely dehydrated. But apart from that, the day is wonderful for all these teams as well. We're seeing quite a bit of variety over here.
Again, quite a bit of variety, but a fact that we can always say. All of us going in for V-Bros, but then these teams standing strong, these teams coming out. And when you got Anam Lama Esports started from the open qualifiers, Mamba, it has been a long journey for them. Yes, for sure, they're one of the oldest teams in the region. But then again, they started from the open qualifiers and till the end, in even the grand finals, standing out as one of the strongest teams. Look at how, even if MJ was the last player surviving, he got that flag. He just stood out. He knows that even one single kill matters a lot for him. And then it came about to be the advantage for Navstar Esports. They were standing with all the 4 players strong. Yes, 1 player was picked up in that fight, but 3 players just went in, and Pikachu with the last shot from AWM got the fight ended for Navstar Esports. Now that the Purgatory match has ended, let's take a look over the highlights, how Navstar Esports went through it. Whereas most of the most important teams and the aggressive teams already got eliminated in the start.
Oh, absolutely. But that's the beauty of this game, right? And that's the beauty of this map as well. But we'll talk about the MVP, and it is going to be Mama. 3 kills, 1 assist, 1,000 damage to 8 shots. No revivals, but definitely created an impact for his team. And that is all that matters. That is all that counts, right? Because as long as you are able to help your team get out there on top, it's wonderful. It's great.
Mamba, well done. 3 kills, 1,042 damage, 2 headshots, 1 assist. Again, Mamba on the casting desk, Mamba inside the game. It's a Mamba-ception that we are witnessing at this moment, right? Well, with the game number 3 ending here, Moonlight Esports, even if they didn't get that booyah, and that's the amount of aggression that we got from Moonlight Esports and Anam Lama Esports. 21 points, They were at the third and the second position respectively. But Nilsar Esports would be having that Booyah in the name. Again, any points above 20, you are above in the top chart. You are there and you stood out in the game. Kukuri Esports again maintained a good balance of kills and placement. But yeah, we want that spark that we want. That one single game where you dominate and come in the top 3. And here you have now the difference getting created. Anam Lama Esports stands on the top and is on the run to be the champions for the Free Fire Nepal Championship. But again, 5 games are still left. Anything can happen. Half of the day is still remaining, Mamba. Whereas Bitex Esports just like, 15 points behind? They are also one of the top contenders. And then you have VBros, which every single player from the audience and even the team also expects that they could be the winners of this tournament. But then we want a Booyah from their side. We want the aggression that VBros have always stood up for. Moonlight Esports now coming into the battle, whereas Kukuri Esports, high voltage and TMP. Early eliminations won't help. The aggression would help. But then just control your aggression, man, because you have to be in the top.
True, absolutely. But Anam Lama Esports are not going to shy away. They are building that gap, they're building that lead, and this could be the differentiator between them winning or losing this tournament, especially for Bitex as well, right? Because they need to start getting some momentum. They need to start getting consistent. This is exactly what I mentioned, because Anam Lama Esports might have not had the best of starts, but they have been able to build on the gap that sort of developed in the last 2 games. And in the third one, they just played better. But regardless, we are going to move into Alpine in just a bit. But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Alpine, once again, is such a new map that you can't really predict what's going to happen. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, we will hop into Alpine. But let's talk about predictions over here. Which team do you think will come out on top of this one?
Well, the map of Alpine always up with surprises. I kind of still want to root out for VBros, but the amount of consistency that Anam Lama Esports has shown, Anam Lama Esports and VBros would be my choice. Mamba, your choice for this map?
Well, my choice would still be Bitex. I mean, honestly, that's the only team I'm going to stick to. But regardless, let's see what the playing path is. Going through the center of the map, dead through the center of the map. And it's quite a massive map, right? So we will see what happens over here. But nonetheless, all these teams trying to drop in. We will see a fight between Back for Mercy and Lone Wolves, because they're really close to each other over here, Mridul.
Yeah, indeed, and started with the map of Alpine. Again, the plane path was through the center, but then we are going to witness these initial fights. And now Lone Wolf picking up a fight against Beg for Mercy. Luffy will be having the weapon already set, and there comes the first blood for Lone Wolf as B4M are scattered, but then again trapped by Lone Wolves, because Lone Wolves are all set and are in all of those areas. Let's see who wins this initial fight. Ram goes back, has the weapon present for himself. 30 seconds after which a timer will pop up for these teams to look out for, and then rotate for the next circle. Lone Wolves, 1 kill already confirmed, can be revived again because the vending machines would be present. But here, as we see, is a drop of railroads. We have a lot of containers to hide inside and a lot of positions using which B4M can make a comeback.
Well, Ram in the meantime is going to try and push in, but the question is, can you find the pick? That is something only time can tell. But Sahil in the meantime will get taken down by Naruto with the XM1014 and Luffy. Look at him. He's on top of the roof, waiting out. Shank in the meantime will come in with the MP40, backstabs the opposition and finds the kill. Niche in the meantime trying to dish out as much damage as he can, but Neon will fall down, and Lone Wolves are in a bit of a pinch because they're losing out on players one by one. They're falling down like flies on any surviving. But Beg for Mercy, on the other hand, will be the first team to get eliminated over there. But Esports, now they have lost out on a player, no doubt, but they can walk away from the fight and now that would be a massive problem.
No chance provided, Mamba, to Beg for Mercy. Not even a single chance provided by the team side to even beg for mercy, right? Again, Anam Lama Esports, the amount of momentum and the amount of consistency that they've got from all of these games. picking up those aggressive fights is what Anandlama Esports is looking for, because they have got that 15-point advantage where one single game they can expect it to be going wrong. But no, they won't be going wrong, as Sahil would be picked up from the resurrection point and Anandlama Esports getting those four frags. Zuki Esports would be eliminated and Anandlama Esports a perfect fight, and what a treat to the eye.
What a treat to the eye, no doubt about that. But the zone might be a northern zone towards the end, because that is what it looks like. We've not seen too many extreme zones over here, right? It would be fun if we see a carousel zone, because there's a lake, there's a water body, and water bodies are usually very interesting to watch, especially in the end zones, because then you have to be very, very careful with where you rotate and how you pick fights. But nonetheless, now we bros all spread out from one end to the other of that entire island. I mean, they have control of the entire place, and look at the amount of confidence they have.
Exactly, and they're one of the only teams to be outside the zone except Moonlight and Anandlama. So 3 teams outside a circle, and that too, Drago Giachi. Like one single player on another drop, and while the 3 players are on the position of fusion. So that's a good split right now created by V-Bros. But look at Stalker on the 3rd drop. So that's a 2, 1 and 1 split. Again, no single team. If a team was there on this island, okay. But then, no single team at this moment could have standed strong against V-Bros, because look at that split. Any single team trying to go inside the next circle from this position would have been caused a lot of damage. At this moment, most of the teams are inside the next circle, and it's the map of Alpine that can always create the difference. Whereas the difference has already been created on the map of Purgatory, we now see that 10 or 15 points are present as the difference between each and every team. But then you can make a comeback, and Alpine is always full of surprises. Might be for sure that you expect a team to be coming back and getting their second Booyah in the first half, or either it's going to be a team that you never expected to get a Booyah, right, Mamba? T2K at the center of the circle are the militia. So yes, they have lost the center of the circle on the drop of Kalahari, but then again, they won't be leaving the grounds of militia at the very moment on the drop of Alfie.
You're right about that, but what I'm really concerned about is Kukri's rotation, because they're so far up. Deep End, in the meantime, is not going to stop taking those shots on those Shank. Ram and his teammate trying to retaliate, but Deep End is not going to stop. He almost takes down Ram. As a matter of fact, he does take him down from this distance. That is unbelievable over there, Mridul, because the way he's played, right, the way he's connected those shots is incredible. That goes on to show the prowess he's played. The way he's used is incredible to watch, but nonetheless, he will finally pay the price of being that aggressive and will get taken down as well. So, Team Fight is losing on a player, but definitely did guarantee a kill for themselves over there. Zetri, in the meantime, putting it out.
Team Pirates now taking a fight against Lone Bulls, and you cannot forget the amount of consistency that Bitex or even Zuki has shown on the map of Alpine, right? So yeah, it's a good map for them. They have got some of the understanding that most of the teams haven't got up until now, because it is indeed a new map for the competitive region in all. But then Lone Bulls right now, look at that. No single player taking damage, and they have got 5 kills already. An elimination to a team, and now getting all those picks in the open. One single player by one. High vol. Oh no, high voltage. Look at that. The stake was high, but the amount of players surviving are less. Only 2 players at this moment. Right now, what we're looking out for, and are pretty much scattered.
Oh, absolutely, but Megs in the meantime is going to go around DP as well. Just on around the entire Bitex lineup, right?
Yeah.
Now they've all managed to survive. Nobody has had to be resurrected, which is great to see. And Judo, in the meantime, might just have to pick a fight. He does have the M87 along with the Parafel, which is a very strong combination, because with the shotgun, you can take fights up close and personal, and with the Parafel, long to medium range fights do become easy, and we've seen an example of that. But Megs, in the meantime, is going to be on the run. Do they want to fall back? I'm not quite sure if they want to fall back.
Yeah, the decision has been made, Mamba. The decision has been made already. A fallback coming in from the side of Bitex as they were up for this close range fight. But again, the zone matters a lot. Whereas Moonlight Esports might also pick up an advantage for their side, might also pick up that momentum. But Tanjiro would be getting that first knock. And now Bitex are caught in this three-way frontal battle. They are in the middle. To fight against Napestar or to fight against T2K, one decision has to be made. Tanjiro getting those fire shots connected on Napestar, but Napestar have got the momentum. They were the winners on the grounds of Purgatory, and now they're here to be crowned as the winners to be on the drop of Alpine or the map of the Alpine.
Oh well. Alpine has become such an interesting map to watch, right? Because of the sheer size of the map and, of course, the fresh breath of air that it brings, the new strategies that it brings. Regardless, Tanjiro right now is going to be falling back. Pitek is looking pretty strong, but they need to pick these fights with confidence. They can't be shy when they pick these fights. They can't be in two minds. But nonetheless, the grenade is going to go in and not taking so much damage, almost being taken down. But I think the problem is it does not have enough first aid kits. Does he have enough inhalers? So that is the question. And popping an inhaler does have a healing gun to work with. They are trying to push Nepstar away, but he might just be able to get that kill. Connects a headshot. Needs to push in. Does not have a grenade. The question is, can they confirm this kill though?
Oof. Everything is on stake at this moment, Mamba, for Team Bitex Esports. Because again, they'll be losing out on players, but Megs comes in at the perfect moment with the M1014, picking up a knock on Nepstar Esports. Mamba, the man who was the MVP for the team in the previous match, now gets picked up. Megs versus Mamba, the MVPs for the teams. A 3v3 fight now coming in where the vending machine is not present. It's a 3v3 fight with another player, cannot be picked up. So only one team exits at this moment where Bitex have got the advantage. They've got a lot of part of the zone, and now it's V-Bros going against Anam Lama. Indeed, he spotted that player, but a fast reflex coming in from the side of Anam Lama Esports, and with that, Stalker would be eliminated. Bitex Esports, unknown with the M1887, would be shutting down the fight, and Bitex would be eliminated at the 10th position now. Sahil with the grenade. Drago GRG, the Grenadier, shut down with the grenade. It's a 4v2 fight that we see at this moment. Supreme just covered by each and every player. Sahil gets the knock, and Sahil confirms his frag. Only one player remains. Napestar Esports would be reviving their teammates. Mamba was eliminated, but now he's back in the game as Bitex Esports have already faced the elimination. WB, V-Bros on the verge of elimination. Only one player remains. As the man himself, Rohit. Can he make the team survive once again, as he have always done?
Well, if he does manage to pull it off, it's going to be a miracle, I can tell you that for sure. But Superman in the meantime is really pushing in. He needs to find his kill on his armor. He's trying his best, but will not be able to take him down. And Superman is behind that duel while Saga runs away. Now, of course, part of him now so cheeky Arjun in the meantime. And it's on to Rahul. And the question over here is going to be how is this going to happen? Are they going to be able to rotate out of this place or not? Superman in the meantime, spotting back through the window, Sassidon. Who is not along with the teammate. They will come out on top. This was actually quite easy for them, wasn't it?
Could have been, Mamba, but oh yeah, it was, right? But Moonlight Esports, look at them. The amount of aggression that they will pick up from now, because they have eliminated one of the strongest contenders. And Moonlight Esports, they want to become the strongest contenders indeed. Kukri Esports, 0 kills up until now. And the healing gun, healing pistol getting used. All the treatment weapons coming into the play. Kukri Esports are up against Anam Lama, whereas teams are facing elimination. 1 or 2 players are remaining from each and every team somehow. But a triple kill for Deekshant. This man is not going to stop. Always making the moves, always getting the kills for the team. And now, for the fourth time in the fourth game, Anam Lama Esports, being the consistent ones, are up for a booyah. Can they take it? Can it be the second booyah for Anam Lama Esports? Again, 4 players are remaining, and now a fight between Anam Lama and Lone Wolves.
Anam Lama and Lone Wolves will battle out because both these teams are pretty strong contenders. rebros in the meantime trying to get the teammates back up, but Anam Lama has 9 kills to work with. They're looking really, really strong. And if they keep on going this way, they might just have a massive lead in this championship. But oh, look at that! He's gonna jump around the corner. He's still alive. And he won't be able to.
Oh, Deekshant, yes, he did push in as he has that role of the all-rounder and even the fragger for the team. But look at Sahil. Grenades, grenades, grenades while you're busy fighting my teammate and just popping in grenades. And in the end, he covered down his player, got the third frag. So all the 3 kills went into his side. But MLE would be eliminating Train to Kill at the 8th position, and whereas Anam Lama Esports only 1 player to pick, and yes, Ram would be picked out by Deekshant, the man himself. Another elimination caused by Anam Lama Esports. So MLE and Anam Lama Esports are back in this game, and they want to have the #1 and the #2 spot respectively, but Kukuri would be wiped out as Sasidon with the AWM would be spotting down the last player. Kukuri Esports gets eliminated at the 6th position. Now we have the last 5 teams remaining with 15 players, only 3 zones, and we will have our winners for the game number 4.
And then we will have the winners for game number 4, no doubt about that. But for now, we're going to see Moonlight Esports and rebros battle out because they're right next to each other. And Moonlight Esports is actually looking pretty strong, except for the fact that Arjun just got taken down Superman in the meantime. Is going to try and go pick those fights. Jago has been eliminated. The freeze bomb coming into the picture, but not dishing out any damage whatsoever. Look at side from Anam Lama Esports breaking that clue wall, but there is nobody behind it. Rohit in the meantime is going to find the kill and confirm it onto Superman. And Rohit will fall down himself, but not before a fight.
Triple kill.
Oh, Sudhir! Oh no, V-Bros, what just happened with them? 1 single grenade from the grenade launcher, and the team is facing their end. They're about to be eliminated, but when it's about Moonlight Esports, they have been trapped down outside the next circle. Nipsar Esports, it's a chance that they have 2 booyahs back to back, and they will be at the top.
Oh, absolutely, but if they do make it happen, that is going to be unbelievable to watch. But at the same time, they have so many kills to work with. Moonlight Esports, as a matter of fact, has 3 teams and 10 players surviving. So they're just tapping away, trying to find that kill. Will not be able to. Deekshant has been taken down from Anam Lama Esports, who is such a pivotal player for the team. But if he does not get resurrected, that is going to be a problem. The grenade launcher being used, but Sudhir is going to stay back. He wants to stay behind the glue wall, not taking damage whatsoever, but he does find a kill. Anam Lama Esports will get taken out. But Sudhir will pay the price with his life, and Sasidon trying to push. Oh my lord! Mamba gets slapped into his next life onto the next map. That is going to be permanent out, but Sasidon trying to cling on to his life will get taken down. Arjun not being able to live, and Moonlight Esports taking down Anam Lama. And who was it, Nipsar? I'm not quite sure the second team.
Well, Nipsar got eliminated at #2, and that's a booyah for Moonlight Esports. But again, Anam Lama came in the top 3, whereas Moonlight Esports, they were like just at the edge of the circle. They came inside the circle. Sasidon and Sudhir, these 2 players as a deadly duo. Like, whole team was surviving, but again, it just looked like these 2 players were surviving, and they had all of the fight on their shoulders. Sasidon with the AWM, and then it was Sudhir with the grenade launcher getting those initial knocks as soon as possible. Sudhir got the fight started. Sasidon ended it with a perfect shot on the head of Mamba.
Yeah, no, that's not a nice sentence to hear, especially when your own name is Mamba. But we'll have a look at the highlights and see what happened in the game. Regardless, a lot of fun to watch these 4 matches, and just like that, in a snap, right? In a snap, we've been through half the day. We still have 4 more games to go, but of course we have a little more numbers to crush before you head on to the break. But I have to ask you this. Did you expect the kind of result that we saw in Alpine?
Yeah, but kind of I still expected Anam Lama Esports to be on the top. But then it's always about surprises. It is the map of Alpine, full of surprises each and every time. And yes, expectations would always not come true, Mamba. But this time, Anam Lama Esports coming in the top 3, staying consistent, and they're at the #1. What more you want?
Oh, absolutely. Look, if your team is able to perform at that level consistently, then there's nothing else you could actually want, right? I mean, sure, you can hope for the best performance out there. You can hope for more points, but look, it takes time. It takes time to get there, and they still have 4 more matches to go. So if they can pull off some magnificent performance, maybe a booyah or 2 in the next 2 games, who knows? They might actually have a massive gap compared to all the other teams on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and like they all can have that gap on the scoreboard, right, Mamba? But then if you talk about this game, somehow or the other way, Anam Lama Esports are kind of at the edge of the circle. They are facing death at each and every moment and fighting through the deaths always when they are at the lower end, when it looks like Anam Lama Esports would be eliminated at the start of the game. But then they bounce back. Deekshant bounces back. Sahil bounces back. Even MJ bounces back. Each and every player has that advantage. But you cannot forget this man, Deekshant. Each and every game. The last fight that you saw by Moonlight Esports, 2 players they were, and Sudhir, the man with the grenade launcher, 6 frags, 6 kills in this game, 1 assist and a total damage of 1,184. So good conversion rate of the damage that he got. All the 6 kills confirmed. He was one of the perfect guys available for Moonlight Esports. And yes, this is one of the perfect booyahs that Moonlight Esports could have got to be in the top 3. But then again, Anam Lama Esports, to dethrone them at this moment when they're getting 20 points in each and every game is going to be really difficult.
Well, absolutely. It is going to be difficult, no doubt about that. But look at this. Anam Lama Esports with 79 points. MLE with 62, Rebros with 48, and Bitex, even though they had such a wonderful start, they've not been able to do anything else apart from that. So only 45 points for them and Nepta Esports, the 5th team. But if you talk about the bottom 4, I'm really surprised to see Train to Kill and High Voltage, especially so many of the casters, right, with the predictions chose High Voltage, but they've not been able to play at all.
Yeah, that's a shocker, right, Mamba? High Voltage should have been there at least in the top 6. But then again, 2 to 3 casters went for High Voltage, and now the performance that they have shown. Again, 4 games are still left, but to be at the top and to be the winner from this position is going to be difficult, really difficult. And when Anam Lama Esports have been playing so consistent, have performed their amazing game, Mamba, it's Anam Lama Esports for me. Who are you going to choose? Are you still staying with Bitex or are you changing your position?
Oh, right and I with Bitex, no doubt about that. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, right now it's time for a really, really short break. Do not go anywhere because we have a lot of action lined up for you folks. So we'll be right back.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Free Fire Nepal Championship. 4 matches down, 4 more to go. Who is going to shine the brightest? Who is going to be the radiant knight of the sun? I am Tanya. Alongside me, it is Insane Arena. Hey, how are you doing, Insane? And please, how are you expecting 4 more matches to go? Because talking about the first 4 matches, it is the variety of teams winning away the booyahs.
First of all, thank you so much for the warm welcome. And looking at the past 4 matches in the grand finale, I want to ask one question. Does it seem like an end of the beginning, or is it the end of? Does it seem like a end of a beginning, or does it seem like beginning of an end? The way these teams have been playing in the past 4 games, I think the picture of the top is still not clear. Anam Lama Esports has been looking very confident with 44 frags. Moonlight Esports in the second point, in the second play, they've got like 62 points, Tanya.
Well, Anam Lama Esports doing insanely well. The team to qualify through the open qualifiers, Moonlight Esports, just leveled up after the previous map. Surely they haven't bagged a booyah in the map of Alpine, but they did bag a booyah in the map of Alpine, and that is exactly how they have procured total of 62 points. And now all the players are totally dialed up, charged up. 4 more maps to write the destiny of their own, and history is in the making. I'm extremely excited. I do believe that the viewers as well are. We bros, well, have the casters cursed them? Because we had a lot of casters naming we bros taking away the victory, the taking away the title, but talking about the stance on Booyah, not even one. First half, they barely survived until number 2 consistently.
So of course, I want to talk about BitX as well. As our co-caster Mamba predicted that BitX is gonna bag away the win, but so far they've managed to get the very first booyah. After that, the second game was good for BitX, but towards the end, Vibros, BitX, all the other teams that we were all predicting, they've been so far pretty much disappointing us. But we've come to the 5th game of the day. It's definitely it does seem like a game changer for us, and we're really expecting a great amount of action from this game from all the teams that are right now participating.
Sure thing, ladies and gentlemen. It is Grand Finals game number 5, map of Bermuda Flight Path. It is diagonal shore, but a little bit on the western side. And look at Southern Island. Now that is something what we call more overly populative. I'm able to spot a total of 4 teams. T2K, NEP, it is going to be NEP Stars, Lone Wolves, and it is Anam Lama Esports, the team who is on the top of the table. Are they being targeted? Are they going to be taken down so early on? Because here they are for the greed of highest amount of loot, and will the greed take them down is going to be a question. Where else we can see Suman has taken down Chibo in no time, and over here going for the second as well. Rahul down on the move. What a spray coming in out of UMP.
Yes, of course, we could clearly see 4 teams dropping right on top of the blue zone, but it's not that easy to take down the champions. Anam Lama has been playing exceptionally well, but they definitely tried to take down T2K. 2 players were down, Shibo got confirmed. In the end, Rahul did manage to survive, but right now everybody wants to look up to the team Anam Lama Esports because they're currently sitting on top of the table, and they want to get... Every other team wants to get Anam Lama Esports down from the table. Right now, Nepstar, they've been performing well, but they have to have a great game. They have to come up with a huge game, which is going to give them at least 25 points so that they can come up on the points table. Right now, Anam Lama not so good at this particular game.
Well, they did start very strong, getting 2 knocks consistently, but now Anam Lama struggling bad. 2 players down, and lost this. Vikshant also very low on HP and will be taken down in no time. Suman resurrected right on time, and I do believe he's not going to land into blue zone furthermore. He's going to land into somewhere safe. Lone Wolves here on the other side of the map. They are trying to close in against team trained to kill. Is it safe decision? No. Realizing the threat is real, he's going to go back foot again, trying to grab some extra loot because one of the player had no throwables, and throwables are one of the massive weapon for the long range battle.
Talking about Anam Lama Esports, Dikshant got the knock. I really want to know whether he got confirmed or not, whether Dikshant is still in the game, because Anam Lama, when it comes to Dikshant and Anam Lama, always, it is very much dependent on the comeback of Dikshan. Right now, Anam Lama, Suman as well. He also takes the knock. Zuki is for looking confident, trying to close in on Suman. They're gonna get the kill confirmed. Yes, right away they confirmed the kill. Zuki Sports, they have secured one kill, and right now we can see T2K against Lone Wolves. Lone Wolves, in the meantime, they haven't been doing pretty well, but we still have 4 more games to go. Let's see how far along they can go with all the 4 matches.
Sure, they got to make sure they are consistent, and we always mention consistency is going to be the key to victory. And who is going to be the victor that time is going to show us, because Big Tech certainly has started picking up fight over here, got the very first frag. Mex is going to be the player on the grounds of Mill. Long range battle. Wow, with a peek from the window. Now that was something amazing happening, and there's no dealing confirmation as well. And Team Pirates, Setri, is left all by himself. Mex is trying to go for an up close and personal battle. I'm afraid if he's going to survive it. And on the court, look at Zuki Esports. They are also intruding this battle in the map of on the grounds of Mars Electric against Beg for Mercy.
As of yet, B4M was trying to push forward, and we still have Zuki Esports. Zuki Esports against B4M. That's a great picture, but Dada, Kurung, Abiral, all the 3 players got knocked at the same time. Dada is meanwhile up. Sherpa and Dada, 2 players against Zuki Esports. Zuki Esports, what's happening in such a situation? Not really sure. Sherpa and Dada, Abiral wants to get revived. I'm not really sure whether he's going to get the revival that is needed right now. But if in case he doesn't, Zuki Esports is going to close in, and they might want to seal the deal. They won't let them get away from this spot.
Sure, they're not going to allow them to chase right in front of their eyes, but let's see if there's going to be any point where they are going to close in to resurrect it, to revive their teammate, because right now Naruto is chasing in the open because he had no health kits to work out with, and loot box nearby. He's going to make sure he gains that health kits, and he got them. Beg for Mercy with 2 players as well, and now this is a risky move coming in from the side of Pratham. Pratham using the Wukong ability to move out of sight and also use the blue wall for the cover for a while, but Blue Zone is closing in, and now that is a triggering alarm. They need to make sure either they dodge the fight or they make a long move against Blue Zone, because they are in no position to fight against it with the amount of loot that they possess.
There was a bit of invasion from the team Zuki Esports on B4M, but right now B4M has been caught off guard by Naruto. Naruto looking closely. He is not in a good spot right now. A little low on HP. Sherpa might want to take the advantage of this situation. He wants to take shots at Naruto, and he's being given cover by Dada as well. Dada as well has come, but Naruto is this time. Naruto is low on HP. Naruto has been looking forward for the cavalry, but unfortunately, Naruto did try to take the knock. He did take down Sherpa, but Dada came in on time and he saved the day for Sherpa.
Southern Island, one of the most populated one. Here the fights are on as well. Nepstars with 6 kills already. Mamba down on the knees. He's going to be revived in no time, and the players look pretty strong. 6 players already, but the player grenade coming in from Neon is going to take down 2 players at a time now, but they are not looking good whatsoever. No doubt Pikachu is chasing in to get the support, and support comes right in time. He's not only going to take the final frag, but also revive Mamba on time. 7 frags, loss of Simon, that will be recovered in no time. They have to close into a vending machine and as early as possible to get the 4th squad member.
Lose one man down, that's okay. You can still come back from such a situation, and considering the nature of this team, Nepstar, they've been looking confident. They have 1 Booyah in their bag. They've got good number of kills in this particular game. We are 7 minutes into the game. Nepstar looking confident, and now we can see a little bit of V-Bros. So far we haven't seen so much from the side of V-Bros in this particular match, because maybe they simply want to play split. They want to look out for the fight. They want to decide whether they actually want to get into a fight, because at this point of time they want to play it safe. They don't want to engage in an unnecessary brawl and risk themselves from the lobby.
And nothing is unnecessary here. Just imagine if you are able to get that one important frag right on time, you might be able to level up. But Right now, the circle is quite centralized. High voltage trying to pick up a duel here against Vibros, who is struggling already, and now the struggles are going to multiply because the way high voltage are trying to push him and also trying to confirm the frag well. The frag is confirmed. 2 frags in the name of high voltage. One coming in from the side of Adim and one poison. How venomous he plays, we know that because he is spotted on #1 position forever on the top 5 players list. And now KKR using the vehicles to make a move, and now I don't find this move pretty healthy.
Oh! Zuki Esports got eliminated at the 11th spot. That was quite a surprise. But right now, we can look at the Kukri Esports. Kukri Esports going up against B4M, sealing the deal. They've managed to secure 2 kills right now. And if we look at the past 4 games, Kukri Esports, they did not get the booyah, but they've got the kill. They finally managed to come up to at least top 4 spots in the game, but so many points they do not have right now. And I would like to see a little bit of Vibros. Vibros, it surely is a tough team. Whenever it comes to them, they need a little bit of momentum. In the initial 2 games, they did get the momentum, even though they did not manage to get the booyah. But right now, I think I'm witnessing a little bit of a different Vibros.
Sure, this is not exactly the Vibros that we spotted on the grounds of league stages, and now Mamba is down by the vehicular accident caused by Simon, and that was smart move, isn't it? You need to use those weapons, you don't need to use the utilities. You got a bike, just race it in, run down over a player and grab a knock. But there's no confirmation. Indeed, the player is confirmed without a doubt. Nepstars with 9 frags in their name, they are looking pretty strong and dominative by far, because have a look at Vibros. They haven't secured a single frag on their name, and now it is going to be Train to Kill nearing them. Height of advantage, sure, in the hands of Train to Kill, but the advantage of momentum, the way they have picked up several fights, it goes in the hands of Team Nepstars.
And the way Nepstars are playing right now, I think that's the maximum number of frags so far currently in the game. I'm not really sure whether they're gonna get to the booyah or not, but if they do, they're gonna build a lot of points in this particular game, and they definitely are going to get a little bit of buffer, which is really needed at this point of time. The buffer is really needed so that you can press down on all the other teams, rest of the teams, and build a little bit of pressure on them, so that at the same time you can release the pressure from your side and play the games confidently.
See, confidence is always the key to success, and right now the most confident team in the lobby is none other than Anam Lama Esports. But right now, Team Pirate is also trying to take down Kukri Esports. They're not considering the height advantage or disadvantage. They are racing in with the grenade, and Robin taking down himself, one of the best grenadier of the team. Now, this is a major loss. He is revived in no time, but on the course, the players are chasing with vehicles here and there, and the players are also knocked. Safely took down Rabin once again, and a long range battle will also be considered. Team Pirates deep and down on the knees. Setri very low on HP. Will he survive this duel? Sure, he is going to survive this duel, and also going to revive his teammates as early as possible. But now here comes Nepstars, one of the most dominant team in the lobby in the 5th map.
Yes, the Nepstar have come and joined the party. They are trying to take shots at Team Pirates. Team Pirates still trying to come up from the fight they've just had, the fight they've just won. But Nepstar, they want to seal the deal. They want to secure a few more frags maybe. I'm not really sure how many frags they are going to get towards the end. But currently, Nepstar is in a different zone. Nepstar is in a totally different zone. Anam Lama Esports, we can see Dikshan. But I cannot see all the other players. Whether are the other players still in the game, or it is just Dikshan that is left from the team Anam Lama Esports?
Now that has to be considered. If there's only one player remaining, that is going to be more risk, but Vibros need to pick up the pace. If not now, it's going to be never. Cycle, and now Surfa taking down the key player of the team, Gregor. Now that is a major loss happening. Hero it down, and it's all up to Supreme. He's still chasing the battle. He cannot afford to be taken down. If he is, it is going to be
oh my god.
Indeed. It is. Vibros put to shut down on position 9. Now that is a major loss. And on the course, Anam Lama does have a player surviving near to the vending machine.
My eyes, I cannot believe it. I still cannot believe it that we bros have been kicked out of the lobby at the, I guess, 8th position. But no, regardless, we have to digest. Regardless of it, we have to digest it. But we can see Team Paris still in the game, Jangi. But the other player, there was both the players are on the extreme opposite side. I can see Heinzo as well. All the players from the Team Pirates are split. I don't know I don't understand the strategy being behind it, but I can still see high voltage in the lobby. Bitex, yes, 5 frags. But do they have the circle? Yes, they are on the edge of the circle. They can really go inside. They have an opportunity to do the third party, to do the gatekeeping, and once this such an opportunity comes their way, they're definitely gonna secure some more frags for them.
Killing spree.
Sure thing. They gotta make sure they secure those important frag points for themselves. But have a look at the opposite team. Bitex, they have already totally analyzed the positioning for each and every member. They are in the garage, 2 players within the garage, 1 outside it. But as soon as we talk about it, Moonlight Esports are again going to chase into the compound. This compound was held by high voltage for quite long, but now they are turned into captives into their very own compound. Let's see, they're going to be taken down pretty easily, or are they going to dig the graves for themselves? Moonlight Esports not being very aggressive. Sassy Don on the course is down on the knees. Superman trying to save his team. Each member is counted, and they are playing very crucially for the survival. Yet they are aggressive at this point of time. They want to make sure they also secure those extra kill points.
Yes, of course, high voltage doesn't really have another place to go. They have to get into the fight regardless of what they want right now. High voltage, one more player down. Adem and Poison, 2 players are the last players. Adem, it has all come down on the shoulders of Adem, and there you go. Moonlight Esports looking confident, and they are absolutely trying to obliterate the team, and they actually did. But this is quite a shocker. Nepstar got eliminated. I don't know how, I don't know why, but T2K as well. T2K Unish, last man standing, but B4M beg for mercy, and they're actually bagging the kills, bagging the frags, and the other players are literally begging for the mercy right now.
And having a look at Bitex, they took away the very first Booyah on the map of Bermuda, and now I do believe they are on the recurrent Booyah nearby. They're also sending the UAV to get the exact information about where the opponents are. Aizen with a Groza. Now, don't you think this Groza is going to deliver a lot of damage, including of some casualties happening? Sure, knocks without a doubt. Beg for Mercy, stronger team against them. It is Bitex. For now, Beg for Mercy has a higher amount of frags, but the advantage of Circle lies in the hands of Bitex. But they're moving out of Circle now. That is going to be something risk that they're ready to take, but which shouldn't have been taken. Starfight is going to make most use out of it.
Yes, of course. The way these teams have been playing, we totally understand that it's a high pressure scenario. And the fights, you cannot avoid that. Bitex against B4M. Bitex looking confident, and finally, once again, in the first match, Bermuda, they secured the Booyah. In the 5th match, that is again Bermuda, they've secured the 2nd Booyah of the day with good number of frags. I think it was 12 frags they've got. That's a good number, Tanya. That's a good number. And I don't know. V-Bros, I'm really disappointed at their performance. Beg for Mercy, they were playing good. They actually did good, but see, Bitex really wanted to take the Booyah, and they actually, literally dragged it away from the team Beg for Mercy.
Sure. One of the player getting overextended, taken down quickly, but Aizen with the grenade launcher already delivered a lot of harm, due to which they were able to convert it. Even being outnumbered, they converted the Booyah. And not only that, this is going to be their recurrent Bermuda Booyah. And talking about V-Bros now, getting eliminated on position 9 with the 0 frags in their name, they are multiplying the risks of not only being able to win the tournament, but also not being able to play the tournament in the podium, end up the tournament in the podium. Now they need to make sure either they survive, they go slow, they go passive, don't engage in the battle if they're not willing to, or maybe if they're not finding it pretty comfortable win. If at all they're missing all these points, I'm afraid V-Bros might not take away the title, but Anamlama Esports, with the lead that they have created, do you think Bitex after this Booyah, they're going to take the position what Anamlama had?
That's a good question, but I think the question is going to get answered in some time. And there you go. I think, yeah, we can see the highlights. But talking about the team Anam Lama Esports and Bitex, I'll talk about both the teams. Anam Lama Esports, the way they've been playing, second match they secured the booyah, and after that they got to the second position. The fifth game, the last game that we witnessed, that was not a great game from their side. They got caught off guard. The fights they got into, it did not favor them, and somewhere down the line Bitex did take a lead, but I'm not really sure. I'm still not really sure whether Bitex is now on top or not. But Nepstar is playing good. Nepstar got so many kills even though it got eliminated at the fourth position. But the point standings, and from the very beginning of it, Tanya, we've been talking about the shuffling that is going to be constant. We'll see a number of variables, and the winner title, I think the winner title is not going to be clear until the very end.
And sure, that is exactly what I would personally want to witness. But right now, what I'm witnessing is Tanjiro taking away the MVP title after the booyah with a total of 6 frags, out of which 3 were headshots and 4 assists. Now we are totally able to match up the damages that were delivered, which is closing in into 1650 almost. A good play, because there was no revival to this player, Tanjiro, and he also did not call out for anything. That means that they did not engage into the battle where they had to face the loss. They went pretty passive until and unless they were sure enough that if we engage in this battle, we are going to win the war. And ultimately, they won the war with total of total of 12 frags in the name, 11 or 12 frags somewhere, and the scorecard is right in front of us. It was 12 frags, sure, 24 points in the name. Now that is humongous, and their competitors, Anam Lama Esports, were taken down with only 5 points. This is the perfect map where they can again be dominated. They can be spotted on the dominative position on the leaderboard.
And look at the points Vibros have secured. 2 points. That's a lot of disappointment right there. Kukri Esports, they were looking good, but they could not secure so many kills, so many points. Anam Lama Esports, that's a disappointment. Zuki Esports as well. All the top team that played exceptionally well during the group stages, during the league stages, now they're all, at this point of time, they're actually disappointing. It's the fans are not really happy. Who's happy right now? It's going to be Bitex. It's actually going to be Bitex and Nepstar as well. I can see Nepstar, they're very happy, and we can see Anam Lama Esports. The buffer is still there. The buffer is still there, Tanya.
And that is how you earn the luxury to not perform one map.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. We have played our 4 maps very nicely, very wisely. If we don't play one, it is not going to affect us. We are not going to get shaked away from position 1. We are well cemented. But this time around, if they are taken down once again, then I do believe Moonlight Esports or Bitex Esports, if they are going to play dominative, they might be taken down. But I am literally not. I literally did not start my day off expecting Vibros shakily near position 5. This is not technically Vibros that we have spotted during the league stages, and I have seen something that is the major miss today is a coordination. If at all the team does get coordinated, 3 matches are enough for a team like Vibros to again come into the challenging role. Sure, not the title, but still in the podium.
Tanya, do you think Vibros are feeling the pressure, the actual pressure that comes with such a big stage? Do you really think that? Do you think so?
Absolutely. It does come because this is going to be the very first tournament for young region Nepal, and
Yes.
they are going to learn gradually about how to face the pressure. And I do believe Anam Lama Esports, they are facing the pressure very wisely. They are going
Yes.
very smoothly, very flawlessly. But talking about the previous map coming in from the side of Bitex, if they are consistent enough, there's no power that can stop them. But it is Kalahari, ladies and gentlemen, the land of sandy dunes, game number 6, map number 6 as well. And I am really enjoying the flight path, going a little down south from Foundation towards Stonebridge.
Yes, I can clearly see the flight path is quite a standard one. All the teams, they're gonna go towards the drop points. Vibros, we can see a little bit of different strategy from Vibros side. They're playing split. They generally don't like to go split. They play together. They go towards a particular city. They loot. But currently, a little bit of change in the strategy. I think maybe they're trying to play split, so and because of that, they are playing a bit passively, which is currently resulting in the lack of performance. I'm not really sure. I just want to have your views on that.
Well, let's see how to make sure that they are going to come back. But right now, we are going to focus on Team Train to Kill. They are trying to deliver a lot of shotgun damage, but all the shots are being missed. And ultimately, they do get one knock in their name against Lone Wolves. Neon down on the knees. It is going to be a confirmation happening. Well, sure, not only one, total of 2 players.
Oh!
2 frags pretty quickly just landed. And on the highest resource loot zone, you do expect more than one team and Train to Kill willing to take this risk and successfully taking away 2 frags in the name. And on the other side, near to the Stone Ridge, Zuki Esports, one of the player near the command post now. Each and every team has started to play a lot of split approach.
Yes, of course. And for our surprise, Dikshant is down. Dikshant, he was down and he got finished off right away. Stone Ridge area is all up with Zuki Sports. They're looking confident. They've secured 2 frags in the game, and we can see the center of the map. It's all with the V-Bros right now, but Foundations area is being occupied by Team Pirates. We can see the southern side, Nepstar. Mammoth area is being occupied by Nepstar. We can see the blue zone currently. Anam Lama Esports, a couple of players from Anam Lama Esports are going towards T2K. This could be a potential fight. This could actually be a potential fight. And Anam Lama Esports should be very careful right now. They should be very careful.
They have to make sure they are careful. V-Bros are not going to change their drop point. They are going to still stick to Refinery. But talking about Anam Lama Esports, the table toppers,
Yes.
they've got a good height advantage, or due to which they might be able to win this fight. But is it going to be so easy? Because looking on the other side, opponents do have a lot of cover to work out with. And I don't think that Anam Lama Esports have got a lot of throwables to deliver a lot of long-range damage until and unless they are able to aim very precisely. Just one blue wall to work out with. The key player of the team, having a good AR, sure, but you also need several other resources to win this duel. V-Bros sticking into a highly they are joining into a high risk zone, and this is not exactly what V-Bros has to do.
V-Bro doesn't seem like they are in a good state. Lack of confidence, lack of coordination. We can clearly witness that. Right now, high voltage is on top of V-Bros and the Team Pirates. Pregork has been caught off guard. He is right now in a sandwich situation. Yes, V-Bros did try to come back out of the situation. Rohit is going to get revived. They did manage to secure 1 frag, but I'm not really sure how far along they can grow from this situation because there are 2 teams right in front of them. We've got high voltage, and again, see, Dregog, the main guy, the key player, gets down. He's gonna get dusted in no time. Rohit and Supreme, 2 players. If they lose in this game, if they lose at this point of time, at this early stage, I think, I don't want to say it, Tanya, but you know.
That hurts, doesn't it? Because we both have predicted
Yes.
for V-Bros, because the way they dominated, and now that is not happening. Literally, the maps are closing in one by one. They have to do what they have to do right here, right now. Anam Lama Esports, Native Vending Machine, what are they calling for? Because all 4 players look pretty intact to me, and they have got ample amount of loot as well. And now look at Rahul up from the mountain. He is able to deliver a lot of damage and confirm that knock, and there's nobody to save Dikshant. And if at all they decide to save Dikshant, the other player might also endanger himself, which they don't want to. Instead, they're going to use the vending machine, and that is why they were holding this compound. The players revived in no time, but look at Zuki Esports. They are up against a team chasing in the open.
Yes, Suki Sport Naruto is in a bad spot. Pratham is trying to come in. He's taking shots at Anam Lama Sahil, but Sahil does not want to go down. Sahil is up against Joy Boy and Khakle. Sahil takes the knock. He's gonna get dusted in no time. Suki Sports, it's a 2-man situation, 2-man invasion coming right up. And where are all the other players? T2K Shibo. This is a bad space for Zuki. T2K Shibo. Khakle tried to take the crossfire, but unfortunately could not connect. But oh my god, that's a bad stage. That's a bad shot. Khakle gets down. Joy Boy, last man. He's gonna go run towards the good spot so that he can bring his team back.
Will he be able to successfully call his team back? It's going to be a question on the grounds of Netstar Esports. The team who performed very well in previous map. Let's see if they are going to continue. Oh, well, right now they are within the circle. There's nothing that is forcing them to pick up a battle, and that is smart of them. That they're not exposing themselves purposely, but until and unless Lone Wolves trying to enter the vicinity where Netstar's are in, they are going to make sure they shut the player pretty quickly. But look at that. They just confirmed a player, and the player is already revived in no time. So even if you know the player who is lurking around, who is scouting around, it doesn't matter. Vending machine is going to bring him back, but the liability is without any loot.
By the way, Tanya, Dikshant is back in the game. I saw it in the kill feed that he got revived. I'm not really sure where exactly did he land, but he has come back. T2K is still outside the circle. They're trying to, maybe they're trying to come inside. They would want to cross the command post. They'd be expecting some teams right over there, but V-Bros right now, they're looking confident. I don't know if they can come back from such a situation that they are in right now, but they are way in too deep in the situation. They have to make a huge comeback, because at this particular point in this particular game, if they do not, they're gonna get out. They won't be able to make it to the first spot. And the reason why this is very much surprising and disappointing for us, because they outplayed every single team in all the departments during the league stages.
And right now, sure, 4 players are back to life, but they are in the danger zone. They are on their grounds of refinery. So while the world did their move towards foundation to risk themselves, but Vitex here are ready to pick up a fight against Team KKR. They are in the sniper tower. One grenade might be able to take down. One correct and proper precise grenade might be able to take down 2 players. But here it is all countered. Hansi is put to shut down, and it is Deepu who is going to make sure that the kill gets confirmed. Rabin, the grenadier, is he going to taste his own medicines? And on the course, Rego got hands upon grenade launcher.
Oh my god! From that space, he did try to throw the grenade all the way down to the sniper tower. He did manage, even though he did not get the kill, but the grenade was actually reached the place. But right now, V-Bros high voltage is all up against the team Moonlight Esports. Moonlight Esports, they've managed to get one booyah in the day. But right now, Sassy Dawn, he's generally known to be the key player from the team, but high voltage is shutting them down, and they're playing a slow paced game. But that's a good start for them, at least in this game, because they still have so many players alive in the lobby, and around 9 minutes into the game, we can still see 11 teams surviving.
Short thing, 11 teams. So it is going very slow, but the players are being resurrected as well. That is also one of the key factors why there's a lobby full of players. Beckfirmer still here to do vending machine, successfully knocked the player, and there's no delay in confirmation, and it was a player belonging to Moonlight Esports, and now this is going to be a frag. This is going to be a flying dash. Well, you can't deliver damage, a vulnerable take, and the players are coming one by one, and they are using the launch pad towards this compound, and high voltage has got a superior weaponry, and on the court is coming a retaliation as well. Smoking down on the knees. Adam is not going to just go finger on his lips. He's going to chase in, confirm the frags, and also heal himself in no time.
Novi is up, Poison is still down. Nure, Adin and Novi, it's a 3-man invasion coming in. High voltage trying to fall back or not. Maybe, no. They're trying to push in further. Push in on. We beg for mercy. One more man down. It's all down to Abiral. Abiral is the last man standing, I believe, if I'm not wrong. And is he gonna do the clutch? Abiral is looking very confident. Nobi is all feeling the pressure, but I'm not really sure if Nobi can actually do it. Right now, look at the situation. Abiral, he did get eliminated at this point of time, but what Abiral did was he confirmed all his knocks. He actually did, and that was a huge blow to the team High Voltage.
But Novi survived, and so does the legacy of the team in the map of Kalahari. Mamba is the last survivor here. Is he going to go for the resurrection? No, he's not going to be allowed by Anish coming inside the team train to kill. 12 frags already. The teams who are underperforming are bringing back all the action that they possess. And look at Sahil, just with the pistol, he has taken down Pratham from Zuki Esports. Now 2 players landing with the equalized weapons are also picking up some duels, and those important frag points are also going to get considered. I'm only spotting 1 player from V-Bros. Is it? Have they lost to other 3?
After the third game, Tanya, I had a question in my mind. What are the team that are in the bottom doing? Are they simply playing for the consolation? But no, before him, in the last game, they came up tight. They, came in. The situation was tight. They gave a good fight. They managed to secure 24 points in one single game. And now we can see T2K. Earlier it was Big for Mercy, now it's train to kill, looking confident, but right now we can see V-Bros. Has the confidence come back? Has the coordination come back? Has the synergy come back? That's like 3 questions that is gonna get answered in some time by V-Bros.
Sure, we are just 7 minutes away with this answer, but Bitex is also surviving Insane Arena. So I am confused. Is it going to be Bitex taking away the Booyah? But the way the Queen just flipped with the shotgun and confirmed the frag. 8 frags already. Are they writing a comeback story? Right now, they are outside the circle.
Yes.
They do have to pave their way towards circle, but how are they going to? Are they going to use the bridge? Are they going to use a vehicle? Or are they just going to go by foot? By not using any grapple gun? Because if they go by foot, they're going to get spotted pretty quickly. But even after they're going to go by foot, they're not scared to be spotted. They are giving some pot shots against Team Lone Wolves, and some damage was also delivered, but sufficiently insufficient to get a knock.
So I think Lone Wolves are in a bad spot right now, because in a situation in a circle like this, you have to have a high ground. Right now, V-Bros have the high ground, and Refinery is their spot. Refinery is their place. They always take the drop at Refinery. They, regardless of the team that is there to contest the drop, they take the team down. They manage to secure the kills, and right now they are in their own spot. They are in their own place, own compound with the high ground advantage. Bitex, they have a little bit of medium grind, I would say. We have a couple of teams on the higher ground. We have a couple of teams on the lower ground. But there you go. I was saying Lone Wolves, they got eliminated now. Zuki Sports as well. See, that was 2 elimination back to back.
So now we have High Voltage, Bitex, Train to Kill, V-Bros and Anam Lama Esports. 6 strong teams. I do believe out of these 6, few are already from the top 5 of the leaderboard. V-Bros here playing very challengingly. They have taken the challenge pretty strongly. They want to make sure that they take away the Booyah, because Booyah points are also going to get counted as equally the frag points are. High Voltage trying to cross the path into the safe zone, and he successfully managed to. Novi was able to shut down several players there, did also manage to revive his teammates, and now Train to Kill. 15 frags already and 16 players in the lobby. Are they going to end up with a 20 frag and Booyah?
Despite instant losses, T2K is now coming back stronger. They don't want to surrender. They simply are in it to win it. V-Bros, regardless, they still have the high ground, but Bitex is looking confident. It's gonna be a good fight. We've got like 3 teams that are looking very confident. Now V-Bros are all up against T2K. They're fighting it. Anish does not have the right spot, and he's gonna get shot from 2 points, from 2 positions. He gets down. T2K a little hazy right now. T2K is shivering, but since they have so many kills, they have the confidence. I think they might want to make a comeback from this point, but I can see Anam Lama Esports still surviving.
And now here comes the tower, where floor by floor the players are trying to get an entire control. Bitex, the team who is above V-Bros, and now they are going to be one of the toughest competitor in the lobby. I do like the way Anam Lama's last player MJ is surviving and not revealing his any position. He's trying to go as safe as possible, because having a look at Sahil and MJ, they are playing all split. Sahil is spotted, and now on the tower it is going to be a ghillie suit that is going to provide him a little extra bit of a cover, and Supreme is down and Stalker fell to death. That is something that shouldn't have happened. And whoa, Rohit barely was supposed to go fall to death, but he did survive. Lure is also managing pretty good because he's got some help kits to work out with.
I think at that point I somewhat thought that Vibros have absolutely lost it, but they're coming back stronger. They actually came back from that situation. Lure, that was what he did was actually very lethal for the team. Vibros, but Anam Lama Sahil, he would want to come inside, but he cannot. Soman is still surviving. Anam Lama right now, this team totally wants to go for the position point. They know they are being outnumbered right now. They don't want to give away their kills. But right now, Suman is still securing a couple of frags left round. He did manage to take down Stalker, but T2K from 4 down to 1. T2K Rahul, 7 frag. This is a good number of frag. Tanjiro takes the knock. Vibros gets eliminated at the 3rd spot. And T2K, it's a 1v2 situation. No, it's a 1v1 situation. Vitex and T2K. I'm really sorry. It's a 1v2 situation. Tanjiro, Aizen, both the players looking confident. But we still have T2K Rahul with 7 frags. Who's gonna win the battle? Can he be able to pull this thing off? Or he's gonna get hunted by Vitex?
Well, he might be able to go for 1v2 clutch. He's got the height advantage. He did connect the shot, saved himself, but now here comes the grenade, and there's no way the freeze bomb is going to allow him an easy victory. Whoa, Rahul took down Tanjiro. It's 1v1 now, but Tanjiro is sticking, and he is on the verge of getting revived. He is successfully revived, and now it is a shutdown. Vitex, triple booyah on their name. Vitex on the roll, and I do believe Mamba is going to be the happiest here because out of all the names, out of all 10 forecasters, Mamba chose this team who are pretty good in league stages, and they are outnumbering everyone. Anam Lama Esports surviving pretty strongly, but will they be pushed down now is going to be the question.
Yeah, at the very last point, Tanjiro, he was having the least HP. He just got revived, but he went all in. Despite having the least HP, he managed to drop Rahul down and take away the booyah from the team T2K. That was a good game from the team T2K. And Bitex, 3 booyahs down the line. I think Mamba is about to establish his point after 2 more games to go. We've got like 2 more games to go. Anam Lama Esports, they did manage to come up to a good point, but how many kills did they secure? That's going to be a question. How many points do they still have? Do they still have the buffer somewhere down the line? 15 points buffer they had prior to this game. Now, Vibros, they did manage to make a comeback, but was it enough? That's also a great question. I'm still, my fingers are crossed. I still don't know. I still cannot say. I still don't want to say which team is gonna make it. All the teams talk about Vibros, talk about Anam Lama Esports, talk about Nebstar. There are somewhere down the line, there are like 3 to 4 teams that are actually playing good. Vibros, they had a good start, but eventually they dropped down. But now, after this game, they're again trying to make a comeback, and we still have 2 more games to go. And after which, we're gonna get the title, we're gonna get the champion. Until then, I won't make any prediction because so far so good. I don't want to say anything.
Sure, there is a tough competition between Anam Lama Esports and Vitex now. These are the 2 teams that I'm watching out for about who takes away the title, because talking about Vibros, they are doing pretty good, no doubt, but their competitors are doing even better. High voltage here, they managed to take a good battle where Novi was the one, survived all the rough edges and also brought back all his teammates. So Novi did win this battle successfully, but there was still several other battles to be won where he couldn't deliver as good as he personally wanted to. Talk about Vibros, they had a good control over Refinery and they made a move towards Foundation. I don't know what for. They got a little shaky once again, realizing that we need to make a strong control on the Refinery, where they successfully brought several kills on the name. And Aizen versus Rahul, where it was converted to 1v1, but Tanjiro was resurrected right on time. Rahul with the double pistol, I don't know what he was exactly deciding, but then Aizen will be the MVP, and 5 frags, 3 assists, 7 headshots. But look at damage. it still doesn't match up to it. So sure, he has done beyond. He couldn't convert the knocks into kills.
Yes, and talk about game standings after the sixth game. T2K, of course, they did not manage to get the Booyah, but still they got 27 points, 18 kills. That gave them a buffer of good points. We've got Bitex with 24 points. Vbros at the third position. We've got 20 points. For Vbros, I think 20 points is a good number. But Anam Lama esports still managed to get 14 points. So I think their first stand, and there you go. I was about to say that they still have a couple of points above Bitex, and they still are standing at the first spot.
They are standing at the first spot and just 5 points away, which can be converted, which can be moved in no time. And they have got the highest number of Booyahs. And talking about Vbros, they did level up. They were on position 5. They got an upshift, drastic upshift of position 4. A good performance on the map of Kalahari, but there are still 2 maps to go. One of which is Purgatory, and one of which is going to be Alpine, where they have created a record. So if they want to get a podium finisher, they need to create their records or break their own records. But talking about Purgatory here, now this is one of the maps which can be least predicted. But ladies and gentlemen, we are heading for a short break. Make sure you share the stream in the while, because this break is going to be a very short one. We'll see you on the other side.
Hello guys, welcome back again to the Free Fire Nepal Championship Grand Finals. We've got 6 matches. We are done with 6 matches. We have 2 more matches to go. Anam Lama Esports is currently staying at the top with 7 points buffer. A huge difference. They do not have a huge difference, but a huge shuffling is yet to be done.
And oh yeah, Bitex roaring literally loudly on the Booyah board. They are able to stamp themselves multiple times. It is a triple already. Do you think it's going to be a quadra in no time? For sure, the first half of the day was a variety of Booyahs, but the latter half right now, they have successfully got a triple, but now they're on the verge of getting a hat-trick as well and concluding to a quadra Booyah. And look at the top 5 kill leaders. Tanjiro spotted here. It is going to be Anam Lama Sahil on the number 1, Dikshant chasing as well, again being the highest damage deliverer, and Tanjiro on number 3, followed by Rahul on 4 with 14 frags, and Superman with 13 frags as well.
But Dikshant is at the second spot. That's not a surprise. That's not really a surprise because Dikshant is the main man from the team Anam Lama Esports. What's surprising is that 2 of the Anam Lama guys are at the current spot 1 or 2. We can see all the players having currently experiencing a lot of pressure. Zuki Esports, we can see Moonlight Esports, we can see they've got so much pressure. Anam Lama Esports, they're currently sitting on top. But they know the teams Bitex per se. There's only 7 points gap. Bitex can most certainly come up. They can cover up and close in the gap, and they can even try and give them a huge lead. But we've got like 2 more matches to go. Anam Lama Esports should at least stay away from Bitex now.
Let's see who's going to go away, who's going to be within, ladies
Yes.
and gentlemen. It is Grand Finals for Free Fire Nepal Championship 2022. Game number 7, map of Purgatory, flight path once again going a little down south, all the way from Western Island towards the mainland, crossing over Campsite, Brasilia, and Marble Works. Let's see how the spread out's going to be, because the team who is trying to be the table topper against Anam Lama, they are pretty safe on the grounds of Crossroads. Anam Lama, they're going all the way to Moat House. Why would they want to go so safe? But look at Brasilia, looking like rainbow colors, but they are going to go spread out wide.
Yeah, Anam Lama Esports currently I can see they're being followed by Beg for Mercy. Beg for Mercy Sherpa is on the left side, and he might get a chance to have a brawl against Bitex. Bitex currently is the rank 2 team. High voltage, we can see Lure, Adim, Poison, Novi. All these 4 players, they've got everything that it takes. But somewhere down the line, there always comes a luck factor. Maybe they're not being very lucky right now. And at the area Brasilia, we can see High Voltage and Team Pirates. Team Pirates, a couple of bad matches, and you know the lead's gonna get bigger and bigger. And now final 2 matches, Team Pirates, I'm not really sure, but I'm really expecting them to have a great game. But we can see Anam Lama Esports from the very start, looking confident from the start.
Anam Lama already grabbed the very first blood in the first 2 minutes of the map itself, and it was pretty quick. Getting a frag, moving out of sight on the grounds of Brasilia. Team Pirates looking pretty safe at this point of time, but how long will they be safe? It's going to be a question, because Brasilia, according to me, is one of the hot drop places where we have spotted not only 2-3 teams but total of 7 teams landing into it and ending up eliminating each other, and several teams left with only 1 or 2 players. But now that's not going to get considered, because the teams are ready to get the team resurrected right on time, so that matter has long gone. But talking about the current one, even if you are barely surviving, like 1 player, 2 player, you can again be squad strong. So let's see who is going to use these strats, who's going to counter strat all this, because it is all silent.
Yes, it's all silent so far. 2 minutes into the game, almost 3 minutes, I should say. 3 minutes into the game, a couple of frags from the team Anam Lama Esports. Bitex is now, is it Bitex? Yes, it is Bitex all up against Lone Wolves. Lone Wolf this time knows that Bitex are currently on the second spot, and Luffy looking confident, but Aizen is a little low on HP, and since he was a little low on HP, he got down at the very moment. I think Luffy should go and confirm his kill.
Well, whether Luffy will know, but yeah, High Voltage are struggling very bad. Luri as well as them down on the knee, so is nowhere. It is all up to Poison, but he will not be safe as well. Team Pirates, they are going to make sure that they landed on Brasilia and they own it pretty dominantly, pretty strongly. But the team to struggle right now is going to be Bitex. Lone Wolf getting the second. And where are the 2 players of Bitex? They are spotted on the mini map on the northern side, and I'm pretty sure they're not going to close in.
Yes, definitely. Currently, I think the other 2 players, they must have gone towards the resurrection point. They must have been going towards the resurrection point. But what we can see right now, we bros, they are in the blue zone. The blue zone is not going to get contested so far. But we can still see a bit of entrance from Moonlight Esports. Maybe they would try and enter the blue zone. Maybe they would try and go for the fight. They have to. You cannot avoid the fight. Avoid the fight at this later stages of the game because we've only got two matches, and if you do not get good number of kills along with the booyah, you're not gonna make it. The point is you have to go towards the first spot, and if you really want to go, then you have to take the fight.
Look at Circle, it is pretty southernized. Now,
Yes.
very rarely do we get to see such sort of circle where the entire southern island is going to be part of a circle. So finally, we are also going to witness some circle plays. And over here, Lone Wolf's trying to pick up a fight. I don't find it safe. Luffy needs to race out of this battle as early as possible because it is going to be Kukri against them. And the players were lost for Bitex. They are resurrected. They are back on feet. So it doesn't get considered. Early battle, sure. 2 players lost, sure. But now they're going to be back in form. And again, are they going to charge enough strongly to get the #1 position? But talking about this battle, Kukri Esports are ready to pick up the duel. But are Lone Wolves willing to? Because from what I see is they are trying to move out of sight.
Currently, we're seeing Kukri Esports. They are right on top of the team. They are having a good spot up on Lone Wolves. But there's another team that is gonna have a fight against Anam Lama Esports, and that's gonna be Beg for Mercy. As if we look at the map, we can see Beg for Mercy and Anam Lama Esports around the same spot. And if in case they see each other, they're definitely gonna engage. And if in case Beg for Mercy gets 1 or 2 knocks on Anam Lama Esports, it's gonna get almost over for Anam Lama Esports, and they cannot afford to go down at this point of time since they're already leading at the first spot. If they go down, it's gonna be a very tough call because Bitex right now is looking confident.
Bitex are pretty confident about it, and they're also on the verge of getting a hat-trick in their name. But will they be able to get that? Because not only hat-trick, they're going to have a total 4 booyahs with this hat-trick. So that is going to be pretty interesting to watch. But here, even more interesting is Kukri Esports chasing upon their enemies, which is Lone Wolves, who did try to go Mr. India, which wasn't allowed. And over here, the players by players are being spotted, taken down. 3 frags already, last man remaining. He is going to survive to revive his teammates. And near to Brasilia, somewhere near to Brasilia, we are able to also see 3 compounds, 1 in the hands of Moonlight Esports, 1 in the hands of Team Indeed, 2 in the hands of Team Pirates. But look at Southern Island, V-Bros again trying to replay what they did on the rounds of Refinery.
Tanya, we just saw a good fight from the team Kukri Esports, and about Kukri Esports, I'm really impressed. Even if they do not win the title, I'm still gonna be impressed by the team. And what was that? What was that? He did get knocked. Yes, he in return he got the knock right away. And Shibo in the meantime, he's gonna get off guard. And yes, Rohit does his job pretty well. He's gonna confirm the kill. Maybe, I'm not sure. I cannot see T2K's other guys, but there is the cavalry. The Sagar is on top of Rohit with the pistol, and Sagar is gonna be dead in no time. This is clearly I can see, and Sagar had it coming.
But how in the world did he land there? I think he was resurrected. He tried to outplay V-Bros, and with verticality being involved, he could have played it, but with no good weapons, how much could have he done? And right now, V-Bros with 3 frags, and outside the circle, they need to pave their way. Anam Lama Esports, a few points away from Bitex Esports, zooming down on the knees. They're also trying to pave the way towards circle, where Beg for Mercy is literally waiting for them and trying to gatekeep them. Are they going to be allowed? There's going to be a question. Abirul with a grenade. Which player is he cooking the grenade against? No, he isn't. Indeed, he is taken down and also confirmed.
See, Tanya, this is the fight I was talking about. Anam Lama Esports versus Beg for Mercy. But there's another variable in the picture now. We can see Moonlight Esports. We can see Bitex with the no kill so far. They have the circle. They are on the edge of the circle. But they can see the team. They can see the Kukri Esports going, passing from there. And they're going to take shots at them. But Bitex, right now, Bitex against Kukri. No matter what, Bitex cannot manage to lose this. They are in the second spot. They did manage to get one frag right now. They got the first knock. Deepu is down. Kukri Esports would want to close the deal. Kukri Esports would want to kill Bitex, eliminate them right away, but Bitex being Bitex, they're doing exceptionally well. They're continuously bringing the knocks in their pocket. Tanjiro as well takes the knock. It's all down to Aizen and Megs. They're confirming the knocks. Megs is confirming the knock, but I'm not really sure whether Kukri Esports is in a bad spot, because regardless, Bitex can go out at this point of time. Tanjiro is down. Deepu got eliminated. Aizen and Megs, both the players, they're still fighting hard. KKR as well. And Kukri Esports, they've got the good cover. They've got good covers. Megs is the last guy, and is he gonna get eliminated? Simon has also come for the fight. If Megs gets down, I think this is gonna be it for Bitex.
Well, it is 1v1. Simon versus Megs. Who's going to win is going to survive for the rest of the map. And now both the players are well healed. And
Oh
it
my
is going
God.
to be Megs surviving and also reviving his teammate Aizen. Zone is closing in. He needs to be pretty quick about it. But Zuki Esports, they are within the circle. They are picking up a battle against Vibro's team, who is struggling hard during the Grand Finals. And they are being gate kept. Indeed, they are outside the circle. So both the teams don't have a luxury of the circle. But who makes the way towards the circle is going to be a question, because talking about Zuki Esports, they might face the wrath of the circle a little earlier compared to what Vibros will be, but the team to survive this might end up in top 3.
During the last fight, even if I have predicted Vibros to be the winners, but watching Bitex, the way they've been playing, 3 booyahs in the day, one single day, 3 booyahs, actually my heart almost stopped at that particular moment when it was 1v1. Regardless, Bitex, that was a great gameplay. They are back to 2 men, and in some time 2 more men are gonna be up. They're gonna be all impact team, and they're gonna come in to put the impact, to seal the deal, to secure few more frags and the booyah maybe. But Vibros, Rohit and Supreme, both the players got down. They might want to revive the players. Yes, Dragog has come for the revival, but Zuki Esports does not want that to happen. Zuki Esports wants to close in, and it wants to eliminate the players, but in return, they're going to get shot at. Let's see, Zuki Esports versus Supreme. Supreme takes the knock. Dragorg is the man standing. Where is Stalker? The Stalker should come on time. And yes, the Stalker is still around the corner, but Dragorg, anyhow, anyway, Dragorg did manage to come and revive the player. But towards the end, Vibros are the ones standing tall.
Vibros with 8 frags in their name, and on the course, Bitex, they lost 2 players early on. They are resurrected back to life. At 8 teams, 28 players, 12 minutes on the clock with only 6 to 7 minutes remaining. About who takes away the booyah. Lone is also surviving pretty strongly. And Anamlama Esports with the 8th frag in their name. They are near to the campsite in the open and up against Nepstar Esports. Will they be able to survive the battle? They are moving away of the battle, and that is safe way. I wouldn't deny that. But showing the back and moving out of sight, that is a lot of risk they are engaging into. On the course, Unknown is also engaged into a little bit of risk using the vehicles in the open grounds against Team Pirates.
See, currently Team Pirates are in a good spot. They've been looking confident along in the game from the very start. They've had a good start, got off to an aggressive start, but the fight is not over. The fight is not over. They have to take down Anamlama Esports. They have to take down Bitex as well. They have to stop them, terminate them from building few more points in the game. Already Anamlama Esports all back on track. 9 frags, 5 frags with Dikshant. But Suman takes the knock, and this is going to be a game changer. Anamlama Esports, regardless, they have to survive. But Sahil, in the meantime, Sahil and Suman, both the players got the knock. They got knocked down, and they got dead. Dikshant and MJ, it has all come down on the shoulders of these 2 guys. Both the players dependable enough, but can they actually fight against the Bitex and the likes of Vibros?
Well, they are outside the circle. They gotta make a move towards circle, and the team to have the advantage of circle is going to be Anam Lama Esports, entire lone wolves, Luffy down on the knees. It is going to be Aizen with the K9 connection. He did manage to get the knock, but no confirmation whatsoever. And Rahul with only double pistol in his hands. I do believe he just got resurrected, and he does have a K9 to work out with. He does have that weaponry, and now Vitex with 4 kills in their names and an unknown on the bike. He has been roaring his bike for way too long, and now it's Tanjiro who's going to put a shutdown to his bike and him as well.
Yes, of course. Bitex right now with 5 frags. We have a Team Pirate Chetri who has come for the fight and gets the knock. Chetri gets served by Tanjiro. Bitex does not want to step. Bitex does not want to fall back. Bitex are in it to win it, and Bitex Tanjiro. Chetri got revived. Team Pirate is looking confident. They're trying to, they have got the revival resurrection point right with them, and we can see Jangi as well behind the glue wall trying to close in. We've got Vibros as well in the game. Bitex versus Vibros. It's going to be an interesting one. I want to see where Anam Lama Esports, what sort of a situation they're into, but that was a great knock. Boom goes the dynamite. Megs takes the knock and gets confirmed, but Aizen as well takes the knock. That grenade may have been a game changer, and Bitex Deepu as well. He also takes the knock. Tanjiro and Aizen put the player. Tanjiro with 3 frags, fighting strong, and I think if this fight goes on, Bitex can be in a huge trouble.
Vitex might end up falling into big trouble, but now with only few remaining, they gotta face all the troubles and bag away the booyah. Lone Wolf surviving as a strong squad, playing edge to edge. Vibros already within the circle, but it's only Bitex playing outside the circle and quite too far away from the circle. Now that looks pretty risky to me. Train to kill is against Vibros with a grenade launcher. They managed to take a knock against Vibros. Will there be any confirmation? And on the course, Deep is struggling bad. They did go for a longer route to enter the circle, and now it is Zone who is outplaying them. But on the course, Moonlight Esports did manage to get 2 frags, and Bitex decimated on 6th position.
Oh, that's bad. That's really bad for both teams. Anam Lama Esports and both teams. It's a bad situation, but right now, MLE, Moonlight Esports looking confident. They are gonna come in. G2K is still surviving. Rahul, he did an amazing job in the last game. He's actually being very strong right now, but Vibros, they were back. They were at the 4th spot. They want to secure as many kills as they want, as they can, because they have to come in, and if they want to come in the 1st spot, there goes Vibros out of the lobby with 13 frags, if I'm not wrong, and points of the third placement points. And we've got Moonlight Esports versus G2K. Rahul yet again, he has finally managed to come into the top 2. I'm not really sure how many frags the team has secured, but so far so good. G2K has played a good game, but MLE, Moonlight Esports, gets the 2nd booyah of the day quite confidently and convincingly.
It was pretty clean of them. They went a little slower in the start, but as the circle progressed, they made sure of that. We gotta go active. We gotta turn the button on, and they made sure to pick the fights where they could win it. And it wasn't so easy on the map of Forgetry because we saw how the circle was closing in. Sure, there was one team within the circle. Now it was Bitex for quite a while. But then circle taking a drastic shift where Bitex were the one who was left on the outskirts of the circle, quite too far away. They were near to the blue zone, and they were choking to blue zone. And that was the last thing they would have wanted. But what about Vibros? How did they end up on 3rd position?
See, towards the very end, the last circle, the last 2 circles, I did not see a lot of Moonlight Esports. I could see Vibros fighting it out. I could see T2K as well. I could see Bitex, all the other teams except for Moonlight Esports. Even though Moonlight Esports have finally managed to, they were still trying to take a fight, but the other team, they were pretty active because they were in it. If you talk about Vibros, they are in the 4th spot. There was a huge lead between 4th spot and the 1st spot. They wanted to cover all the points in one single game, which sometimes happens, but not every time. So maybe this game was not the game for them. They wanted to go for the booyah. They could have got, if only they got the booyah, they could have got like 12 points. But right now they'll have to be they'll have to be satisfied with the number of points they've already secured. But I want to see what's interesting right now is I want to see where Bitex and Anam Lama Esports are actually standing, because Tanya, in the initial matches we discussed that until the very last moment nobody would know who is going to be the winner, and things are happening in the same manner.
And I do believe with only one more map remaining,
Yes.
which is going to be Alpine, that is going to be the decider map for the entire season, for the entire tournament. And now it is going to be Moonlight Esports. Well, they were also struggling with the zone, but somehow they managed to put a shutdown to Train to Kill. Now, they did not have so many amount of frags in their name, but look at the amount of damage. That definitely doesn't match up with the amount of frags that Superman did take. 3 frags, 4 headshots, and almost 2,000 points of damage. So he did deliver a lot of damage, which he couldn't convert. So Moonlight Esports taking away the booyah. Superman definitely being under the spotlight of MVP, but they gotta do a lot more to be in the podium by the end of the day, because now it is only one map who is going to decide the destiny of the team, who is going to shine the brightest.
Yes, and there's one thing I've noticed: whenever Moonlight Esports gets the booyah, it is always Superman being the MVP, because his name itself says Superman, and he acts like one as well. And if we talk about the game standings of the 7th game, Vibros gets 22 points. That's a good point. I think they've done a good job. Not the best. The best is yet to come, and the last game is yet to come. But they've done a good job so far. Still, they are at the 4th spot. Anam Lama Esports with 111 points. 111 is the score. Bitex at the 2nd spot with 106 and a 5 points lead. It can be covered. It can most certainly be covered. But these two teams have to look out for Moonlight Esports as well. And at the same time, they have to look out for Vibros. I think the last and final game, Tanya, I want you to say it, please.
Well, this is the last game, if at all. The top 2 teams get eliminated very early on. Vibros winning away the booyah with somewhere around 15 to 16 frags. I know I'm being greedy there, but that is the only way Vibros can win away the title, which doesn't seem a chance to me, because the way Bitex and Anam Lama Esports are performing, and still Anam Lama Esports are in the lead. So now I would consider this map is the decider between who takes away the title, who's going to get eliminated early on. Is it Anam Lama Esports? Is it going to be Bitex? Or is it going to be Moonlight, who's going to perform outstandingly well on the map of Alpine? Because these 3 positions are still doable. The buffer is not something that could be covered in one map.
Yes, and Tanya, actually, I'm really excited, and at the same time, I'm really honored to, this is the last and final match of this entire series. Free Fire Nepal Championship has almost come to an end. We are yet to see our champion. This is the final match. Who's gonna be the final winner of this game? And I really think that the final game is gonna be between the top 4 teams. I'm really sorry, but I think this is going to be it.
This is going to be it for sure, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be the map of consideration about who takes away the title for the Grand Finals of Free Fire Nepal Championship. And if we look at the spread out, once again, Zuki Esports near to the vantage, but who is exchanging damage is going to be a question. Beg for Mercy already engaging in the battle right off the bat. Will they be taken down? It's going to be a question, because one team within the compound, one team outside the compound doesn't look very safe to me. It is going to be team fight. It's A3, all solo, all by themselves.
Yes, and I can see B4M Dada trying to take shots, and somewhere down the line we can see T2K as well. T2K is back in action with the last game. They've been performing exceptionally well in the past 2 games, and again they want to at least impress the audience, impress their fans, and do a fan service at this point of time. But right now, B4M looking confident. They have taken down Luffy as well. Lone Wolves, and they've spotted one more guy. He's gonna run back for his life, but no, denied. B4M has come in. They want to secure all the frags so far, and they've easily got 2 kills. They're gonna go for the third one as well, and they've secured the third kill.
That was pretty quick, don't you think? Like just
Yes,
landing,
indeed.
getting 3 flags in the name, and let's see if they're able to continue this momentum. Gaining this momentum, sure, right off the bat, gaining 3 flags with no loss of players. That was something of importance there. Anam Lama Esports trying to go passive. Well, they gotta do something. You need to stay on position 1 because the buffer was barely 4 to 5 points.
Yes, indeed. But sometimes, not doing anything is much better than going out there and getting shot down by the other teams. And Anam Lama Esports already know that they're gonna get the target. They're gonna be the hit in the hit list of all the other teams because they're currently sitting in the top position. And whenever you come to the top position, you get on the target of all the other teams. Since this is gonna be the final game, I think let's just say Anam Lama Esports does not want to risk it at all. They want to play as passive as they can. They want to go for the survival point, and towards the end, they're gonna come into the fight. They might want to take out more kills and finally victory.
But here, Kukuri Esports against High Voltage, the team who performed pretty well during the league stages have definitely underperformed because High Voltage is spotted with the double-digit figure on the latter half of the leaderboard. But Poison trying to save himself, trying to chase out of sight. Will he be allowed near to the vending machine? Kukuri Esports is also upgrading their armors, vests, whatsoever they want to. But Team Pirates on the course, they lost 5 players. Sure, they are going to get them back in no time at all. Lama Esports, it was silence before the stroke. 1 casualty confirmed, 2 players down on the knees, and it is Kakle who is trying to revive his teammate Joyboy. Joyboy back on foot, but with very low on HP, and Dikshant has lost it. He's trying to go for a close duel, but against the chrono, time turner is on, and there's no way he can push it furthermore.
Hey, Anam Lama Esports is all up against Suki Esports. Suki Esports looking confident. Sahil takes a look. This can be it. This can be it. Anam Lama Esports not in a good situation right now. Those 2 frags they have. Suman as well gets the knock. MJ and Dikshant, both the players. I think they have to fall back. Regardless, they have to fall back. They have to escape from here. They have to come back with all their 4 players. But Dikshant doesn't want to fall back. Falling back is not in his blood. He wants to fall back. He wants to take down the kills. He's gonna go for the grenade. And Sahil, Suman are back in the game. So Tanya, right now Anam Lama are still in the game. The game is not over yet. The first spot is currently it is still with Anam Lama Esports. Towards the end, we'll get to see who, if it gets stolen or not.
Well, will they be dethroned? There's going to be a question, but before that, will KKR survive this battle is the key question. And no, they're not going to survive. They are going to be the very first team to get eliminated on the last game for Free Fire Nepal Championship. Netstar Esports, they are squad strong. Anam Lama Esports, back to square. 4-man roster, but this time against Zuki Esports. They don't have much of food. Come on. It was just a scar in the hand of Sahil with no extra resources to work out with. So there's no way he's going to aggress any battle right now.
Look at V-Bros. They're sitting in the corner. I think at this point of time, V-Bros should actually go inside the circle and take the fight because it is really necessary. Because there's a buffer of almost I'd say there's a buffer of 19 point if I'm not wrong. V-Bros, if in order to compete and beat down Anam Lama Esports, regardless, they have to go in for the fight and secure the booyah with at least 10 frags. And that is how they're going to win the battle over Anam Lama Esports. But right now, I don't know, but B4M, they want to, show us the game of their life.
They want to show what they best potentially hold to distract everyone coming their way. 6 frags already, trained to kill above the rooftops. They have been spotted, and no grenade can also take down. Sarpa trying to go jump shoot with the SKS. Well, let's see if that is going to work out or no. But Abiral sure trying to race. And it is a shotgun versus a shotgun. M1887 versus Max 7. Which gun is going to overpower? Well, for now, Abiral is going to make sure to knock the player. He confirms the player. This is going to be the 7th frag in name of Beg for Mercy. But Gurung down on the knees. Unish was on the other part of the compound. And now he's also trying to deliver some more damages.
Oh, that was a good frag. That was actually a good frag. That he was pushing on before him, Dada. And what just happened? Dada simply passed the player, and he was not. And unfortunately, before him are in a bad spot right now. Abiral is down. E2K gets eliminated, and from that point, their dream of getting on to the top 3 position gets eliminated as well. Anam Lama Esports, Bitex, MLE, and Vibros are still in the game.
The Bros are still in the game, and Poison just took a melee finisher against a player. Now that would have been pretty impressive to watch, but your kill feed was interesting as well. Moonlight Esports with no frags on their name, they don't have to do it. They are in top 3. They cannot afford to lose early on against a strong team right now. Beg for Mercy, they are in a strong position. They are in a good momentum. If at all they get eliminated, the Bros will stand a chance to go in the podium. And now Taxi John is down on the knee. Superman also very low on HP, and he has created a maze of blue and exchanging the damages, and now he's trying to heal himself. What in the world? Barely with 9 HP, not only saves the day, but also saves the team. This was one of the most interesting fight coming in from the side of Moonlight Esports in the Grand Finals, and that too in the final map.
The champs are still there. The champs are still there with 4 frags. I want to see how many frags have been secured by Vibros. I can see 2 frags secured by Vibros. I can see 3 frags secured by Moonlight Esports. The position points, we cannot still be sure about the position points. We can only see the kill points right now in their pocket. But Vibros Stalker, and I want to see where is Bitex. I want to see the fight from the side of Bitex, because this is the final battle. There is not a huge difference between Anam Lama Esports and Bitex, but Bitex is nowhere to be found. I cannot see. Can you spot Bitex in the map, Tanya, or did I simply miss? Where is it?
I can. They are near to the eastern side of the map, just about Rai and near to the base camp within the circle.
Yes.
So they are surviving pretty strong. But what about Vibros? Are they going to survive this battle? They are trying to go up close and personal against Team High Voltage. One of the players already knocked, and Rohit has also confirmed the kill. And over here, Novi was not allowed to race away from his opponent on the bike. He will be taken down as well. It is all down to last man remaining. Will he be able to survive? Sure, he has paved his way towards the blue zone just for reviving his teammates.
Yes, of course. But right now, Anam Lama Esports, they're looking confident. They are all set for the victory. But their victory, it might get affected because Nepstar, I can see Nepstars around the corner. Nepstars, even though they cannot make it to the very top right now, but they can still try and, cut the way for Anam Lama Esports. They are good enough to do damage, but would Anam Lama Esports go down? Is Anam Lama Esports gonna get down? Because Pikachu is on a fallback situation right now, not looking so confident. I don't know what's going on right now, but Anam Lama Esports, despite being at the very first spot, they should have been playing a little bit of moderate game, but right now they're all pushing in. Suman and MJ gets knocked, and Sahil and Dikshan, 2 players yet again. Suman and MJ should come back. Yes, Suman is gonna get revived, I believe. Yes, he will get revived, but MJ is down. There's a bit of a situation for Anam Lama for now.
Well, Vibros here are also fighting to survive, and now against Moonlight Esports, the team, well, the man, to be honest, with just 8 HP kills, it was amazing to watch with the shotgun that they rushed into the compound of other team, which was trained to kill, and now they made sure they won that battle. This time, the opponents are different. This is Vibros at the end of the day. Sure, it hasn't been their day, but they still possess the power, and on the course, Moonlight Esports are again squad strong, form and roster alive, and Tassidon did tank up a little bit of damage, and over here Superman has got a strong connection. Stalker down on the knees.
Tanya, currently this particular fight is a very important fight for VPros, and both the side, this is a very important battle. Nobody is going to fall back from this situation, because Moonlight Esports are afraid that VPros might want to cross them up on the table, and at the same time VPros want to seal the deal for themselves. So this time nobody is going to fall back. Right now Sudhir gets the knock. Sudhir gets taken down. On the other side, we have Stalker as well. Rohit and Stalker and Supreme as well. We both are not in a good spot. Dregor, is he going to fall back or not? I'm not really sure. Dregor has gone back. He has actually fallen back, and now he's going to play it like a boss. Vitex is now again back in the battle, mind you.
Vitex back in action and a few points away
Yes.
from Anamlama Esports. Let's see if it is going to be a strong duel. Moonlight Esports on the call. Arjun has also resurrected few of his teammates. Vitex with just one frag in the name, and Team Pirates. Deepin was taken down by the zone. I don't know what made him took so long to take a rotation within a circle. Sure, there might be some teams who might have got a strong gatekeeping position. Circle is going to take a shift. Anamlama Esports is also again strong, and Moonlight is favored by the
Moonlight?
gods of the circles. They are the
Yes.
only team within the circle, and Anamlama Esports 2 players down already. I don't find it very comfortable for them.
There's a little bit of water body that is about to be crossed, and Tanya, so far I could see Anamlama Esports in a very confident state, but from this point, at this point, I'm really confused, because they have to cross the water body. They have to go on the other side. Moonlight Esports all set to bring down any team, any XYZ team, be it Anamlama, be it Vibro. They just got down with the fight against Vibros. And I think Dragorg, is he still surviving, or Vibros got eliminated?
No, Vibros, I don't know. We gotta see, because 7 teams are still in the lobby. Dregor did chase
Yes.
out of the battle there, and Anamlama Esports successfully reviving their teammate. They didn't have to use the resurrection here. And now I don't know what for. Moonlight Esports are moving outside the circle, and Lone Wolf caught in the open. They are trying to make the most use out of it. Anamlama Esports, sure, they are trying to grab some extra kill points, and also with that grenade launcher, though the shot was missed, no, it wasn't. Sahil was able to get a knock and a confirmation, and Lone Wolf will be put to shut down. Anamlama Esports with 6 frags in the name, a full roster alive, and within the edge of the circle. Looks pretty decent.
Yes, Vitex with 4 kills, and they have eliminated High Voltage and Team Pirates. 4 teams, and I think the 4th team is Vibros got eliminated at the 4th spot, and I think how many kills did they have? Vibros 4th spot, they got eliminated. They got 7 points from the 4th spot, and how many kills? Did you see how many kills they got? I think 8 maybe.
Well, I don't know. I really wouldn't want to consider how many kills Vibros took. The team who just got eliminated. Top 3 teams within the final circle.
Yes.
Who's going to take away the final booyah? Who's going to take away the title? This is the decisive circle, ladies and gentlemen. And also the final map. Few minutes to decide who is going to own the title here. Tanjiro, he's trying to connect some shots, but on the course, Aizen just confirmed one more frag. Vitex with 9 frags in the name, a full roster alive, and a player within the circle. I think they are looking pretty strong to grab a booyah, though Sahil is also surviving, but he is exactly on the different side of the circle, and I don't know how well is he going to make his way towards the circle.
Tanya, I think the fight that we are witnessing right now, it is actually the highlights for the history, for the ages, because 3 teams at 1, 2, 3 spot are fighting it out for the spot of 1, 2, 3 again. They after the 7th game, they were at the 1, 2, 3 spot, and after this game, they are gonna be at the 1, 2, 3 spot. Right now, Vitex is looking confident with 10 kills in the game. Moonlight Esports is gonna put a stop to the game for Anamlama Esports, but Anamlama Esports, Sahil, is he the last man? I think he's the last man standing for the team. Vitex with 10 frags. I would like to see the situation. Anamlama Esports, for our surprise, gets eliminated, and Vitex gets the booyah. Vitex gets the booyah, and I think they've got like 20 they've managed to secure more than 22 or 23 points. Oh my god, Tanya, oh my god.
This was
This game was not for the, I've lost all my words, Tanya. I've lost my words. Please. What just happened, Tanya? What just happened?
It was a breathtaking one, it was a nail-biting
Yes.
one, and it was a very close one. So predicting the title owner is going to be a tough call. Top 3 teams battling
Yes.
against each other. We bros, the team on position 4, also getting eliminated on 4th position. Insane Arena, don't you think that was pretty insane? And I think I wasn't expecting Map of Alpine ending up in this pattern. And talking about the title owner, I do have a gut call that Bitex made it with the amount of frags that they had in their name and also the booyah points that they possess. They made it towards the title.
Even though I was trying to keep a track on the point, but somewhere down the line, I could not keep a track. I'm expecting a couple of good frags from the team Anam Lama Esports, and I don't know why, I don't know how. If in case Bitex has made it, it is going to be the difference is going to be of a couple of maybe 1 or 2 points, and if in case, and there I'm expecting a tie as well at the same time. Maybe it's a 2 points lead, but if not, there could be a tie, and at that situation we all know the victory is going to go towards the trophy is going to go towards Bitex, because they've got 1, 2, 3, 4 booyahs today, and that's going to be a game changer. So far, this game that we witnessed was actually, one of the best games that I've ever witnessed in the history. I've never seen such a game like that.
Sure thing, even I haven't, because 50% of the day owned by one team, which is Bitex. Well, that was amazing performance coming in, and I'm talking about Beg for Mercy as well. They had a strong start, they managed to do everything that was required, but Moonlight Esports coming out of nowhere, and the guy, he was able to pull the trigger of the shotgun right on time with just an 8 HP left on his name and saving the day and saving their number 3 title, ending the day in the podium. Well, that was very, very important for Moonlight Esports.
Yes, that was a great day for all the teams. The way they played, they've played the games for their life. Anam Lama Esports got eliminated at the 3rd spot. The difference from the 1st spot to the 3rd spot was of 4 points, maybe. Yes, it was a 4 point. The buffer was of 6 points. So there goes 4 points. 4 points from there gets minus. But if you look at the MVP, Bitex Esports, 4 kills secured by Deepu, 3 assists, 1700 damage. That's a good damage. And the kills 4 kills, he may not have secured, he did not secure so many kills, but he did manage to give a lot of damage. And trust me, I'm still losing words, because the way this last final game has turned out to be, I'm still losing my breath, I'm still losing everything right now, because I'm really excited. I'm thrilled by the fun that was being put on, the show that was being put on by all these teams. My fingers are crossed which team is gonna be on top. For all I know, we pros, our prediction has gone all wrong, but there is still a possibility that Mamba can be on top with the prediction.
I'm extremely happy here. At least one of the predictors is right, and that was a risky pick, because talking about Bitex, sure they have got a good background, sure they have performed very well in Free Fire Nepal Invitational, sure they did qualify in the through the league stages itself, but taking away title, now that was a risky pick for the title of Free Fire Nepal Championship, and Mamba is the only caster who was ready to take that risk. So I'm pretty happy if his prediction goes right. I'm going to be as excited as if it was my prediction. But talking about Vibros, they were definitely underperforming. They were out of form. The way they did outsmart each and every team in terms of kills, in terms of booyahs, in terms of standing points. Now they were trying to progress a little by little, but by the time they already got a little late. Because talking about the first half of the leaderboard, sure, first map pretty close. Second, third, and fourth is not something we expected from V Bros.
Yes, of course. And there's one thing I'd like to talk about the very last game. From the beginning until half of the game, Bitex was playing the game a bit passively. They were trying to capture the circle. They were trying to go inside the circle. They did get inside the circle, but they did not have so many kills. But as compared to Anam Lama Esports, they already had like 4 kills from the very beginning of the game. And towards the end, the circle even gave the benefit to Moonlight Esports. And towards the end, Bitex, because it was their day, because they had to do it. They were playing confidently. It was all strategic for them. They grabbed it from Moonlight Esports. They grabbed it away from Anam Lama Esports as well. And now I'm really expecting who is going to be. And within 4 seconds, it's going to be 3, 2, 1, and now we get to see the champions, Tanya, and it's going to be none other than Bitex Esports. Oh my god.
Congratulations, Bitex Esports. You got the very first title of Free Fire Nepal Championship 2022.
Yes.
It wasn't an easy sure, but you made it look pretty flawless on the day of Grand Finals by owning a 50% of Puya in your name.
Indeed, Bitex Esports. All the glory goes to Bitex Esports. It was never about the prize money. It has always been about the bragging rights. And now Bitex Esports has got all the bragging rights that they have become the champions of the very first installment of Free Fire Nepal Championship with 129 points, standing tall, standing handsome. Bitex Esports. Number 2, we've got Anam Lama Esports, first runner-up for this tournament with 126 points. Then we have second runner-up, Moonlight Esports with 119 points, Tanya.
Well, the buffer between Anam Lama Esports and Bitex was pretty close, just 3 points away, but still Anam Lama Esports is going to be the highest fragger. I do believe if at all they would have survived a little extra in the final circle, where Sahil might have resurrected one more teammate, the situation would have been different. But it is all about ifs and buts. We have got the result by the end of the day. Bitex not only takes away the title but also the highest amount of Puya in their name, 63 kills altogether and 129 points, which is amazing. Talking about the teams like Zuki Esports, Beg for Mercy, Kukri Esports, sure, they did end up, they did try to pile up little by little, but it was sure very little. And Sahil is going to be the MVP from Anam Lama Esports, a total of 27 frags in his name. Second is going to be Dikshant, still the highest damage deliverer, and Tanjiro on third position with 23 frags.
Yes, Dikshant, second position, that's not a surprise. He has secured 1300, almost 1300 damage. It comes to the third place. We've got Moonlight Esports Superman from the very beginning, from the league stages as well. I've been eyeing Superman. He's been securing kills. So many kills that he has already secured. We've got Bitex Eisen at the 5th spot with 16 kills. All these 5 players. Great game, man. The game schedule is now in the past. But Tanya, there's one thing I'm really sure of. Even if Bitex did win the battle, did win the title, but I think somewhere down the line, all these 12 teams that have made it to the finals, they're gonna share the glory altogether. Bitex, for sure, they have the title. Yes, please.
Sure, they are going to share the glory together, but at the end of the day, there was only one team who had to shine the brightest, and I believe they have given the beam. And they are gleaming with the bright light that we might have to wear sunglasses. And we do have Mamba on screen. The only prediction which came correct and rest all are denied. A risky pick that paid a lot.
Yes. See, all the casters apart from Mamba, OG, Samip maybe, we all went with the safety that was being provided, by vPro. The way they played in the league stages, we thought, if it comes to the prediction, we want to be right, we want to be correct, and if we want to be right, let's go with the safest pick, that is vPro. The way they destroyed the lobby in the league stages, that magic, I think I don't know where the lacking was, but vBros did not bring that magic into the grand finals, and that's why vBros were at the 4th spot at the very end.
Well, Vibro, sure. I mean, it wasn't the easy pick. Let's be honest. They have been performing pretty good during the league stages.
Yes.
Every single day. They did break their own records. But then on the grand finals, Britex bringing up their own story, Britex bringing up their own glory, Britex owning the booyahs, the frag, the titles, whatnot. The day has all been about Britex, and what a wonderful, wonderful performance coming in. Sure, from 12 teams, but it is going to be Anam Lama Esports also trying to chase in the best of form, because they were number 1, and it was the final map of Alpine where the tables turned for them and they were pushed down to position 2.
Based on the map, Alpine, nobody knows the strategy. Of course, this was the very first time that Alpine match was being put up as a show in the competitive scenario in such a big stage. But the players, they must have had mixed reviews, because I've been talking to many other players, many other personalities in the circuit. Every single guy has got mixed reviews about the Alpine map. Nobody has come up with the perfect strategy to beat the teams in the Alpine map, but these teams, they did it well, and Britex is the only team that did it exceptionally well, which backed them the victory, which backed them the title, which backed them the bragging rights, and all the success that is going to follow.
We do have the crowned winners here for the history that has now been made, because I have been repeating for quite a few times, history in the making, but now it is going to be the very first winners in the history of Free Fire Nepal Championship. The young region, no more. The first title already procured by Britex, but all the best to all other teams as well, because this is just the start in the circuit of Free Fire Nepal Championship, Nepal segment to be precise. Several more tournaments down the line, and make sure you are following all the social medias of Free Fire Official MP, as well as you have subscribed to YouTube to the Free Fire Nepal Championship channel, because if you haven't, you might miss up about what is going to happen next, because for the day it was a roller coaster between 3 teams itself. Let's be honest, Insane Arena. The shuffling was between Anam Lama Esports and talking about the winner right now, Britex Esports, trying to chase as close as possible, and Moonlight Esports and vBros definitely tried to upset. vBros definitely tried to upset the pattern of number 3, but they were denied.
Exactly, they were denied, and at some point, I've talked about it. I'm going to talk about it yet again. At some point, I really thought when the zone favored Moonlight Esports. At that point of time, I was really stunned by it. I was expecting Moonlight Esports to do some magic over there, but maybe the destiny, maybe the fate was benefiting and favoring Britex. They literally, grabbed the victory from Moonlight Esports the way it was, and towards the end, every corner they were covering. Anam Lama Esports was caught off guard. There was only one last man, Sahil, standing, and he was still surviving. He was simply surviving. He was not giving a fight back. He was not trying to take the fight, but he stood there. He was trying to get into the cover. Maybe he must have thought that let Moonlight Esports and Britex fight, and maybe I can go for the second spot at least, if not the first. But unfortunately could not make it because the zone was heavy. He was getting the damage as well. He was getting shots at, and towards the end, Britex, oh my god, the glory they've earned, the respect, the success, everything. It's only the beginning for the entire Nepal circuit. It's only the beginning. More and more players are gonna come with the tournaments like this. With the tournament like these, more and more players are gonna come to the lobby. More and more players are gonna come to the competitive scene, and I'm really hoping that this small picture of Free Fire gets a big movie in the future.
Sure, there is going to be a long journey that is yet to be created. But
Yes.
talking about the day, the man Sahil was also a blessing in disguise for the winners of the final map of Alpine, that is Bitex, because he did have grenade launcher. He was attacking Moonlight Esports. They were blessed by the
Yes.
circle of gods, sure, but then being attacked by from two different directions, they had nowhere to go. If they would have come in open, it was Bitex waiting for them. If at all, they would have turned their back. It was Sahil with the grenade launcher, and at the end Sahil ran out of the grenade launcher's ammos, and that is where the fate of the team Anam Lama Esports also had a full stop, where with just 4 points they couldn't earn the title. Nonetheless, they are still within the podium, so that is a strong performance as well. Moonlight Esports are number 3, but too much of a surprise. I would call it a shock. Vibros not being able to win, all right, but not even being on the podium, that is an intense shock to me.
Yes, actually, that is actually a very shocking situation for us, for everyone out there, because Vibros is a great team, but I think this is it. It's time for the interview of our champions, of our crown champions. So guys, we're gonna move in towards the Nepali stream, and all the champions are gonna come on stream for the interview. And this is me insane. We've got Tanya.
Let's jump into the interview of the winners in no time.
स्टिल हामी यहाँ इन्टरभ्युको लागि भने हामी वेट गरिरहेको छौँ सो होपफुली हामी यदि उहाँहरू जुड्न हुन्छ भने अभियसली हामी कुरा गर्नेछौँ एनीवे ओके अलराइट दैट लुक्स बाइ दिपु हेलो दिपु के छ अनि कति खुसी छ आजको लागि धेरै नै एक्साइटेड देखिन्छ त्यो लुक्स जुन त्यो चस्मा
लास्ट खुसी चाहिँ आज केटा यो अचिभमेन्ट दिलाउन मेगिन भाइलाई सबैभन्दा धेरै धन्यवाद दिन्छु।
के इन्टरनेटको भनौँ कनेक्सनको के हो जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई चाहिँ, बट हामीसँग हुनुहुन्छ ओके
नेट स्लो हो कि मेरो
esports here we go दिपु के सुन्नु भइराको छ?
हेलो माइ साउन्ड इज कमिङ साउन्ड आइरहेछ मेरो
साउन्ड सुनेको छ जस्तो चाहिँ मलाई लाग्दैन
आई गेस ओके सो आई थिंक हामीलाई यहाँ दिपु त हाम्रो माझमा आइसकेको छ बट आई थिंक उहाँले म्युट गर्नुभयो उहाँ आफै कन्फ्युज हुनुहुन्छ केही छैन टेक योर टाइम आई थिंक फिक्स गर्नु त्यहाँ तिम्रो साउन्ड हामीलाई आइरहेको छैन सो okay so I think fixing हुँदैछ उहाँको साउन्ड still but all right so anyway welcome दिपु एक्ज्याक्टली त्यो चस्माको साथमा जुन एन्ट्री रहेको थियो जुन कमब्याक देखाउन पर्ने र जुन गेम प्ले देखाइएको छ यहाँ दिपुको तर्फबाट नट ओन्ली दिपु बट एज अ टिमबाट भिटाक्सको तर्फबाट आई थिंक त्यो एकदमै टप नच प्रस्तुति थियो सो दिपु केही बोल यसको बारेमा लाइक हाउ वाज द एक्सपिरियन्स ओभरअल बोल साउन्ड यस अलरेडी हामी सुनिसकेछौँ यप
ओके यार
वेल कङ्ग्रेचुलेसन फर्स्टली तिमीलाई धेरै धेरै बधाई सबै टिम्सलाई पनि आई थिंक सबै टिम्सहरु त्यही पछाडी लुक्दै हेरिरहेको होला इभन सबै आउनु मन छ भने पनि आउन सक्नुहुन्छ तपाईहरु क्यामेरामा नो वरीज बट वेल धेरै धेरै बधाई जो हुनुहुन्छ अगाडि आउनुहोस् तपाईहरुको सेलिब्रेसन मोमेन्ट हो यो जुन मस्ट अवेटेड जुन एउटा ट्रफी जुन एउटा च्याम्पियनशिपको खिताब तपाईहरुले यहाँ जित्नु भएको छ धेरै धेरै बधाई एन्ड धेरै धेरै कङ्ग्रेचुलेसन त्यसको लागि सो या ओभरअल कतिको एक्साइटमेन्ट छ म फेस हेर्न चाहिरहेको थिएँ के सबै प्लेयरहरुको
ला के भन्ने आज खुसीले ठिकानै छैन क्या आज केटाहरुले गरेर देखाए यस्तो कमब्याक हान्यो कि लास्टमा या आइ एम भेरी भेरी ह्याप्पी
अनि जुन मोर इम्पोर्टेन्टली जुन मेक्सको त्यो जुन क्लच थियो त्यो जुन बटम इन्साइड ब्रिजको तलपट्टि
अनि दिपु तपाईलाई लाइक भनौँ लास्ट मोमेन्ट जब तपाईले देख्नु भयो टोटल स्ट्यान्डिङ त्यो टाइममा तपाईले सेलिब्रेसन कस्तो चाहिँ गर्नुभयो एकचोटी सबै भ्युअर्सहरुलाई पनि देखाइदिनु म त
या चिच्चायो मज्जाले चिच्चायो त्यही हो अन्त के
हो फाइनली के एउटा सेलिब्रेसन चल्छ यास गर्दै केही होला एउटा जोश हैन
यास भने हामी चिच्चायौं अब केटा हल्का कन्फ्युज पनि थियौं पोइन्ट टेबल हल्का सबैको सेम थियो नि त हल्का कन्फ्युज पनि थियौं अनि त्यही भएर अहिले चाहिँ अब चाहिँ हुन्छ पार्टी अब चाहिँ हुन्छ
बिङ एज आइजिएल दिपुले पनि याद गरिरहेको थियो होला कुन टिम बाहिरिसक्यो या फिर भनौँ न त्यो इन्टेन्सिटी अब टप 3 सम्ममा एटलिस्ट पनि क्याल्कुलेट भइरहेको थियो होला यति प्लेयर बाँच्यो भनेपछि भन्ने भइरहेको थियो होला पर त्यो मध्येमा यदि अनम लामा पनि पर्यो भने त त्यो एउटा डर पनि कहीँ कतै थियो कि थिएन तिमीहरुमा
या मलाई लाग्थ्यो कि लास्टमा त अनम लामा नै थियो होला जस्तो लाग्थ्यो सेकेन्डमा थर्डमा रहेछ जे होस् म के भन्छ
Okay,
दिनमा लास्ट
मात्र 3 पोइन्ट्स मात्र लिटरली 3 पोइन्ट्सको डिफरेन्समा जितेको छौ एनीवे अनि सबै प्लेयर्सहरु अहिले सँगै छ कि घर घरबाटै खेलिरहेछौ
नो नो ओन्ली एजेन्ट आइज न किन लजाको जस्तो आइज न
एउटा कुरा है फाइनल्ली जुन हामीले 4 वर्षदेखि एउटा ड्रिम गर्दै थियौँ त्यो आज एउटा कन्क्लुजनमा आउँछ त्यो एउटा इन्डिङमा आउँछ र जुन हिसाबले तपाईहरुको त्यो हामीलाई थाहा छ एज अ कास्टर अर म एउटा पुरानो प्लेयरको हिसाबले पनि मलाई थाहा छ तपाईहरुको कतिसम्मको कन्ट्रिब्युसन कतिसम्मको ग्राइन्डिङ गर्नुभएको थियो र त्यसको साथमा भनौँ हरेक टाइममा तपाईहरुले गर्न खोजेको छ केही पोइन्ट्सहरुले चुक्नु भयो लाइक भुल्क्यानमा भयो त्यसै गरी हाम्रो कोडा सबको ग्लोबल सिरिजमा त्यो चीजबाट एन्ड फाइनल्ली आज एउटा मौका पाउँछ त्यो पनि अफिसियल इभेन्टमा आफ्नो नाम आफ्नो छाप छोड्नको लागि यो चीजबाट कति खुसी हुनुहुन्छ र लास्ट वान क्वेसन अब पाउने तपाईले अमाउन्ट के गर्ने विचार छ त
एक्ज्याक्टली
obviously होम मम्मीलाई दिन्छ त्यही हो
सो प्रपर सबैमा बाँडिन्छ नि पहिला
पहिला
प्लेयर्सहरुमा बाँडिन्छ नि
बाँड्छ के रे मेगिन भाइले चाहिँ 5 चिरा बढी दिन्छु म
एक्ज्याक्टली उले एकदमै राम्रो प्रस्तुति जुन त्यो ब्याटल जुन त्यो फाइट थियो आई थिंक एउटा राम्रो ओभरटेक गरेको छ
मुनिको
त्यो आई थिंक त्यो फाइटले त्यो मोमेन्टम नै पुरै चेन्ज गराएको थियो त्यो माहौलले आई थिंक त्यो एकदमै इम्पोर्टेन्ट पनि फाइट थियो अनि अब ठिकै छ अब हामी अन्तिममा आइसकेको छ अब सेलिब्रेसन त डेफिनेटली पनि हुन्छ होला के छ सेलिब्रेसन सुको केही माहौलहरु भेटघाट
मिटअप हुन्छ अब काठमाडौँमा सबै केटाहरु बोलाउँछ अनि त्यही पार्टी गर्ने
केही छैन अब ल त्यो सेलिब्रेसनमा हामी पनि कहीं कतै हामी पनि भेटघाट गरौँला केही छैन त्यो आफ्नो ठाउँमा छ केही छैन एनीवे धेरै धेरै बधाई त्यो चस्मा स्वागी वाला लुक चाहिँ फेरि पनि मलाई हेर्नु मन थियो एक्ज्याक्टली Well, yeah, that looks like I'm the boss. We are the boss. Wala kind of no doubt. Also, because Jun gameplay is a team दिएको छ and out of 8 matches, 4वटा बुया. I mean, के खेल्दै थियो केटाहरु? Like literally, you guys nailed it. सबैको तबाही मचाइरहेको थियो. I think जुन एउटा strong bonding.
भन्नु तपाईको पहिलाको दाखिल
जुन स्ट्रङ बोन्डिङ र जुन सिनर्जी थियो पहिला देखिएको त्यो ब्याक इन टाइम ब्रदरहुड देखिएको त्यो जुन भनौँ न त्यो बोन्डिङ यहाँ एन्डिङसम्म जुन अहिलेसम्म पनि हामीले देख्न पायौँ र एउटा ठुलो ट्रफी पनि भनौँ न एउटा च्याम्पियनसिपको एउटा खिताब पनि उहाँ तपाईँले जित्नु भएको छ अभियसली त्यसको लागि धेरै धेरै बधाई अब हामी जाँदा केही सवाल हामी एउटा केही प्रश्नहरू सोध्छौँ अनि त्यसपछि पनि हामी छुटिनेवाला छौँ बट अभियसली हामी अफ स्ट्रिम पनि कुरा गर्नेछौँ यसको बारेमा एकदमै राम्रो गेम प्ले उहाँहरूले खेल्नु भएको छ एज अ टिम एज एउटा मेन गोल बट जाँदा तपाईको एउटा केही इन्फर्मेसन्स केही तपाईहरुले आफ्नो फ्यान फलोअर्सहरुलाई दिन मन लागेको या फिर केही कुराहरु छ भने प्लिज भनिदिनु होला दिपु एज आइजिएल पनि
या अलवेज कीप सपोर्टिङ त्यति भन्न चाहन्छु धेरै धेरै माया गर्दिनु होला जोस अब त्यही हो अलवेज कीप सपोर्टिङ एन्ड लभिङ अस
एउटा कुरा दिपु है आउने वाला जेनेरेसन जो छ एन्ड त्यो केही जेनेरेसन्सको ग्याप भएको अनुसार पनि केही टिम्सहरु अन्डरडग्स निस्किन सक्छ एन्ड त्यो प्लेयर्सहरुले तपाईलाई इन्स्पिरेसन पनि मान्न सक्छ धेरैले मान्छ पनि म बुझ्छु बट कुनै न कुनै टिम्स अबको लागि केही अन्डरडग्स भएर पनि निस्किन सक्छ त्यो टिम्सहरुको लागि र एउटा गेमिङ लाइफको बारेमा एउटा सानो र छोटो मिठो शब्द तपाईले बोल्दिनु होला
गेमिङ लाइफ अब भन्नाले त्यही हो जसले गर्न सक्छ त्यसले हासिल पाउँछ त्यस हार नखाउनु हैन चाँडै हार नखाउनु सबैले सक्सेस मिल्छ जस त्यही हो
एक्ज्याक्टली सो यस हाम्रो यहाँ च्याम्पियनको तर्फबाट आइजिएल यहाँ दिपुले पनि हामीलाई भनिसकेको छ यस किप ग्राइन्डिङ आफ्नो हिम्मत नहार्नुहोस् एज अ टिम वर्क गर्नुहोस् यही कुराहरू भन्नुभएको छ वेल थ्याङ्क यू सो मच हाम्रो बिचमा आइदिनु भयो र वन्स अगेन फेरि पनि धेरै धेरै बधाई छ र यहाँ सुन हामीलाई यहाँ कुरा पनि आएको छ हामीलाई भन्नमा आएको छ म्यानेजमेन्टबाट कि तपाईँहरूको लागि ट्रफीहरू पनि आउनेछ भन्ने कुरो यहाँ हामीले सुनेको छ सो त्यसको लागि पनि बधाई छ सो यदि भन्दा आजको लागि हामी तपाईँसँग पनि बिदा लिन चाहन्छौँ थ्याङ्क यू सो मच थ्याङ्क यू फर जोइनिङ अस दिपु एन्ड यस किप सेलिब्रेटिङ एन्ड यु गाइज रक्ड इट यु गाइज नेल्ड इट यसरी नै किप ग्राइन्डिङ अझै पनि हामी भविष्यमा देख्ने नै छौँ एकअर्कालाई हैन त
सो या किप सपोर्टिङ बिट एक्स एन्ड कङ्ग्रेचुलेसन्स है अनि यसको साथसाथमा अब मटनको ग्रेभी श्रेभी पकाएर चाहिँ झामझुम खानुपर्छ एन्ड यो एउटा जोक्स दियो र आई गेस दिपुको जुन त्यो घन्टी बजाएको थियो पुरै प्रार्थना गरेर त्यो चिज सफल भएको छ भन्छु म चाहिँ एन्ड केही छैन अब हामी अन्तिममा आइसक्यो सो सी यु गाइज लेटर एन्ड थ्याङ्क यू सो मच बिट एक्स टिम र दिपुलाई पनि धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद एन्ड केही चिजहरू तपाईँले पनि पक्कै पनि सिक्नुभयो एन्ड ओके सी यु गाइस लेटर अन अहिलेको लागि एउटा सानो र छोटो मिठो मामाजी एट द इन्ड
Alright, thank you so much, Dipu and लगायत सबै BTX टिमहरुलाई पनि for joining us and for the great achievement, एउटा glory, एउटा history create भएको छ and obviously पनि नाम छाप आफ्नो राखेका छौं obviously पनि so thank you so much त्यसको लागि पनि बधाई छ once again र यति भन्दै अब हामी यो सेसनलाई पनि एन्ड गर्छौं so we are very close to the end so thank you so much and I think सबै viewers हरुलाई पनि thank you so much and it's time for us to say goodbye so आजको लागि फेरि पनि thank you so much सबै जनालाई पनि सबै viewers हरुलाई पनि जो पनि यहाँ हाम्रो साथमा गरिदिनु भएको छ सो फेरि पनि हामी अब अवश्य पनि फ्युचरमा अरु पनि इभेन्ट्सहरु लिएर आउने नै बाचाको साथमा आज पनि हामी me as a caster Mamaji along with Shamip and also we have Dipu as an IGL from the winner of the champions पनि भन्न सक्छौं हामीले Free Fire Nepal Championship 2022 भन्दै आज हामी बिदा लिन चाहन्छौं थ्यांक यू सो मच हैव अ ग्रेट नाइट हैव अ ग्रेट इभिनिङ हैव अ ग्रेट डे फरवर्ड अब कुन देशबाट हेरिरहनु भएको छ एनीवे थ्यांक यू सो मच हैव अ गुड नाइट जय नेपाल बाइ बाइ
जय नेपाल नमस्ते